he's still looking to get the turtle. Nico unlocking the electrifying beats, not looking good as K-Boom gets taken down. He does have the retribution, should be easy for him, but at the same time you can see John with the final slash able to get that kill. Finally, right now, you can see another fight being breaking down. John Storm going in, he's in the thick of it, all right, and they're throwing everything they have at him, but he's still able to survive. But finally, with the crossbow of Tang being unlocked, the damage is being dished out. They take down 2, now looking for a 3rd, but
third item. They want to fight though.
yeah, they definitely do. A collapse on the bot side. 5v3. Crossbow of Tang unlocked as well. Tsunami Slam is down, but still is able to survive. K-Boom gets taken down. That's a double in the hands. Meteora gets 1. And now Nico in the back line has free reign. Meteor drops down the RWF. They shut down Galatito at the same time. But Nico able to get a godlike. Will he be able to make it on harm's way? No, he does not. Argentina claw their way back and get a full 5-man. They are trying to find one. They're forcing the occasion. Again, K-Boom is the one that goes in, but he gives the crossbow of Tang. Arguably able to slow them down. John Storm takes every single hit that he can. And now Hayes on a mega kill, and you can see they slow him down. Tsunami Slam just strike and land. Speaking of it right now, it does indeed. They find one, looking for the second. WL gets taken down. Final slash comes through from the Arlen. And there's the Thornlords trying to get out of harm's way.
Their inner turrets.
Oh my god, speaking of penetrate, they got WL all right, and now they break loose. Triple kill in the hands of Hay. Give him a maniac already. Yes, slightly bit, and they paid the price. And now so did Tomasito, gets taken down. And now are they going to run circles around him? And yes, he did.
Argentina fighting for their life.
They're trying to, and there it is, the Phantom Execution. Immortality already popped as well. Will he have the winner crown? Why? No, he doesn't, but they get the shutdown. Make the...
K-Boom wants to engage.
Tomasito right now able to kite out, but at the same time, you can see the damage coming through from the Ogi Shadow, getting able to get down John Storm, and now another breaks loose. They're taking it. Galito trying to kite out, comes to find it as well. Flicker out of the harm ways. The Monfort drop down along with the fist crack, and now all hell breaks loose. You can see the winner crowns being popped, and finally Hay gets taken down, all thanks to John Storm. They're looking for the second. Give that to Galito indeed. Everyone is so low, but they're able to kite me on the bot side. Could force the equation. Finally, the quad shadow hit. Joe Wilsino dashed out of harm's way, and now they're looking for the kill. They're looking for the 4th to make that the 5th, and Bolivia
is able to get out, but UG with the wings by wings. Oh my goodness, the combination, and that will be Jess. And no clear follow-up though. That's a taunt. That's the fist crack, and there you go, the feather airstrike. It was canceled though, but Tomasito goes down alongside Joel Sino, and that's gonna be a 3v5. Oopa! Finds the blazing duet, and he will find a kill on towards King Black down. Oh my goodness, the crowd control chain was evident there. That will be Tomasito. Flash final slash on. Will not be Turtle. That's gonna be Argentina though, engaging. Tsunami Slam on towards one. Shukaku isolated, taken down. Jess is trying to tank a lot of members here with the Poissons as well. Sean taken down. That's a final slash by Tomasito, finding the shutdown. And ladies and gentlemen, Black in the back will not be able to get away, and Upa falls as well. That's a double for now in the middle of the fight. That's a Tsunami Slam on towards your Granger. Upa Tize, very low, will be taken down. That's Hay jumping with the mobility. Purify is still in hand. Black trying to jump, trying to engage. Yuji first it down, but Black.
But Jess,
UG very low, still level 3. No land on flare. Moe Meteoro will secure that kill. That's going to be just a Khalid and Fred. That's the right call. Let's see, Sean looks for an angle. That's Shukaku immobilized. Shukaku taken down. Josinho doesn't really find the connection. Final slash on towards Meteoro though. That's the reposition. Just taken down. Meteoro very low. Patizi for close the gap. Finds the shutdown. That's gonna be Josinho. Quick stand guard. Try to buy time for Rixteam, but Black finds Hay. Black Yuji versus Tomasito. And seems like Chukaku, that's a flicker. On towards Meteor, that's the right target. Now, Sean will be able to get out of that, but Upatizi, very low flicker. Nope, there's a Purify. That's going to be all Jorginho losing immortality. Sean finds the connection, but he will lose his life instead. In the back, that's going to be Jorginho taking down. That's going also the Lord entering the main base. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be the final push. Jess out, Tomasito out, and ladies and gentlemen,
But Astro picked up in the wrong push again with the Purify. It was just so good. Killing spree by the Irithel. Zeno was just to sweep with it and even committed on a double. One getting picked off. Tsunami Slam quite a little bit early, but Ricky wasn't able to survive. Teleported to the back, but everybody is just shooed away back to their base. Ricky is down by AJ. AOG missed a little bit, but at the end of the day, Juno and Diamond is the main target here. A little bit tad late into the fight, but Juno.
Welcome back to day number 2 of the Mlbb Iesf American Qualifiers. Today we've got a classic South American showdown. Bolivia versus Brazil. Both squads are hungry to prove themselves, and with every single game bringing us closer to the World Esports stage, expect nothing less than fireworks inside the land of Dawn, folks. Of course, joining you today, myself, Kronos, alongside me, the one and only Gani, to bring you that exciting action. How are you doing, Gani, today?
Hey, Kronos, thank you for the opening. I am feeling excited. I'm feeling good. You know, after seeing 3 matches yesterday, I'm so ready for 2 more matches that we will give and present to you all too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited as well, man. The way that things were yesterday with Bolivia, whew, I don't know. It's just one of those teams that, you know, can flip the script at any moment. They say that, hey, you got a script. You know what? We got something better. And hey, they showed up yesterday. But of course, today is a different day. And I think they have to come in with a similar mindset. Maybe not have the early game jitters, right? While going into it.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's going to be very exciting to see Bolivia and Brazil going at each other. Because yesterday, I believe, both teams got the dub, right? Bolivia, they managed to beat Argentina, and Brazil, they managed to beat Argentina as well. So both winners, technically, from yesterday's match will be going at each other. And man, seeing their performance, I can't really choose a side. I think both teams are on the same level after yesterday's performance, and that is going to be very exciting. But hey, this is the groups.
Yeah, it is indeed. Once again, folks, if you're just joining us right now for the American Qualifiers in the IESF stage, you got to know there are 3: Americas AA, Americas AB, and Americas B. 3 different groups, of course, and you can see the respective countries present as well. And today we're going to be covering Bolivia versus Brazil for the first match of the day. And of course, later on, we will have another match coming to you. But then, you know what? We'll talk about that a little later. For now, you got to make sure you brace yourself for this one, because this is about to be one heck of a cracker. Because if you ask me which game I'm going to be watching for, it's definitely the first one of the night. But not like second one's not going to be amazing. But at the same time, like Gani mentioned, that both these teams are coming up out of wins yesterday. So it's just going to show that they definitely are hungry to get what they want. And at the same time, as you can see, the schedule, the next game will be Colombia versus Suriname. And I think that will be an exciting one as well, Gani.
Definitely, you don't want to miss that one too. But hey, more on that later, all right? Let's shift our focus to Bolivia and Brazil. You know, Bolivia just... It was unexpected seeing their performance. You weren't there, you weren't there to cast Kronos, but Bolivia just displayed a great Mlbb yesterday. Now, I'm excited to see, will they bring the same quality? Will they bring the same depth to Brazil? Again, it's going to be a tough opponent, but this is why I can't wait for the first match, to be quite honest, Kronos.
You know what? We can talk about Bolivia. I was there for the Bolivia game yesterday, if I'm not wrong. The one with K-Boom and all that, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You were there for the Brazil one. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
But
my
hey,
bad, G.
talking about Bolivia, right? We've seen them do a lot in the works yesterday. You know, familiar names: WL, just Nico, John Storm, K-Boom, and of course you have just Barney as well. I mean, these guys keep changing their IGN every single time, but we know K-Boom along with John Storm are trying to bring in the heat, the EXP Rome synergy that they have going when it comes to stacking up that CC alongside WL. But then again, you have Brazil. Hey, these guys just want to samba the entire time, right? If you ask me. And of course, who better than the 5, the GOATs of Brazil, Luis, Frostlanave, Upatizi. And of course, you got Buzizio and Black And hey, do you know what, Gani? Do you know? I think they would have told you all about Upatizi. Did I tell you anything about Upatizi?
Unfortunately, we haven't had the privilege to talk about Upatizi. So, what's going on here, Bruno?
He's one of the top goal laners from the country of Brazil, of course. I think you've seen him as well in the world stages, probably. And along with that, of course, you have Luis. This is, I think, the most decorated player, arguably the most decorated player coming out from Brazil. He has won pretty much every single trophy there is when it comes to different competitions in their respective countries, in their leagues, and also has represented the country along with the teams that they play for in the world stage, that, as we know it. So I think Brazil, star-studded lineup. We all know what they're going to bring to the table. It's expected for them to get a win. But then again, you know, expectations can start getting heavy against an underdog like Bolivia.
You can't really count Bolivia out just yet, especially after yesterday's performance. You know, it took them the full series to get the dub, but hey, a win is a win. You know, it was long and fought hard technically, but yeah, I think K-Boom and all and them, they deserve that win. And my question is, what's going on, Argentina? You know, I think you gotta really step up your A game. You gotta bring your A game here. But hey, yesterday is already in the past. Let's focus now. Bolivia versus Brazil. You mentioned the names, you mentioned the rosters. Do you expect, perhaps here, I gotta ask you, being more familiar, any cheese picks, you know, or, you know, yeah, just cheese picks, but something peculiar perhaps that we can see today?
I mean, so far, I'm not really sure if we're probably going to get any cheese picks coming in today, just because of the fact that they're probably trying to still figure out what gets in the meta. I think, you know, the league starts tomorrow in Latam, so I don't think they're really looking at probably showing their cards a bit too early as well, right, Gani? And I think that might be something that Bolivia can lean in towards, but at the same time, it's like, if you've got the basics down, right? If you've got the basics locked down, if you know how rotation works, if you know what to do in the game, and you've been playing at the highest of highest stages and at like highest levels of Mlbb, then I don't think they're really gonna have a problem. But then again, I want to see Upatizi rock that Bruno or that Granger, man. Like, Bruno is a pick that he is really good for and he's known about as well. And Luis, the same thing with his Cho. So these are two picks that I might want to see.
Perhaps we get to see that later. But hey, up next, we mentioned it already. It's going to be Bolivia taking Brazil. Yeah, I do understand it. Perhaps you can't really expect a lot of cheese picks coming through, but this is going to be the team roster for Bolivia. WL, just Nico, John Storm, K-Boom, and we got just Barney. We get to see them in action live yesterday. Again, you mentioned the synergy between John Storm and K-Boom. Hopefully we get to see that sort of playmaking, that sort of, yeah, just, I think they're both playmakers, and perhaps that is the identity of Bolivia, you know, relying on engages from John Storm or K-Boom.
Yeah, K-Boom has been slight bit of a difference maker, right? K-Boom has been quite aggressive along with John Storm as well. But then again, they're going against a star-studded lineup. It is the Samba Boys, Brazil, and we know them already. Luis, Froslanave, Upatizi, Buzizio, and Black. And these guys are no strangers to the big stage. And of course, representing their country, Brazil. And again, you know, these guys are absolutely, you know, they're absolutely wonderful humans. And I think they definitely know what happens in the game as well. But again, what do you know about Brazil, my friend? You know what? Of course, we know what they're famous for. They're famous for their football.
Their football, you know, the samba. You know, you gotta put that in Brazil as well. And I believe they have a famous speech, but I can't really. I'm drawing a blank here. Their famous speech.
Is it in Rio? Isn't there like the festival that happens in Rio every year?
Maybe. Yeah.
There, that festival,
Parade.
man. I think that festival is absolutely insane.
You ever been
the
there?
Culture. No. If I do though, you will know. I'm not gonna stop raving about it. Brazil has been one of the countries that's definitely on my bucket list, and I think definitely for you as well. Who wouldn't want to go to the birthplace of, the talent, the samba, the way that people move and groove in and around there? And I think the culture that they bring in, along with a lot of amazing humans, and again, same thing with Bolivia as well. And also, let's not forget, absolute juggernauts and enthusiasts of Mlbb at the end of the day.
I think it's one of the highest growing MLBB scene, right? The scene for Mlbb there, I think it's very, very high. If we're talking about South America, and I think now both, right? NA and South America. So yeah, Brazil, keep doing what you're doing, keep digging, keep grinding. And hey, hopefully we get to see more South American teams be in the international stage.
Showing some moves, man. I'm trying the samba later on to ask the boys. It's like, hey, did they find my moves good? You never know. But then again, I think the moves outside the game might be different from the moves inside the game, though. Bolivia definitely not going to be any pushover. They have a lot to work with, and I think the way that they've been going about the game as well, the aggression that they bring into the early game, right? We know for a fact they're going to bring in that early game aggression. We saw that yesterday with the Joy. We saw that with the Arlot, the Khalid. They're trying to play as aggressive as they can. And they kind of don't want to, they didn't go for an insurance policy in that game, right? Like we call it, like a pivot, where if they lose out of the mid game, the early game phase, they're not able to pivot, especially going against the 1-1 and picking up the Bruno in their goal lane. So I feel like that might be something they thought about, and then the next two games they brought a different game plan. So hopefully today they come with a similar mindset of trying to take the game 2-0, or at least as quickly as possible. Because I mean, no matter how you look at it, Gani, on paper, we know Brazil is like, at least you can't match them at this point. Like on paper, they definitely are the better team.
Again, yes, they are the stronger team on paper. Sometimes, there's just there's still hope for Bolivia, especially after seeing them dig yesterday. So yeah, let's see. Maybe it's not sometimes this stronger team on paper. Maybe you got them in the right day. It's not really their day, and maybe that day is today for Brazil. Not hoping something bad to happen, but let's see. MLBB wise, I love you mentioned it yesterday. You love to see an underdog story, and perhaps this might be the case as well. But hey, Brazil, if you keep your discipline, if you stay sharp, I do believe that you have the matches in your favor, because you have more experience, right? Some of you been to the international stage, and some of you you're basically veterans there. So bring that A game, keep sharp, just stay disciplined. You know what you're doing. Even after this big patch, I'm sure you guys are already adapted. So you know what, Chronos, I ask you too. I do want to ask you though, what's your favorite jungler position right now in the current patch?
What do you mean by jungler position? You gotta,
like, I think jungler position, I think let's say I think Lancelot is the strongest. Okay, it's like that. I think
okay, what's the strongest jungler? Okay.
Sorry,
I think like jungler position wise, okay, I get what you're saying. I think definitely Isun, Boxia, and then Lancelot. I feel like it's gotta be that three. What are you thinking?
I think, you got me there. You know, I did not expect you to ask me back, but but yeah, I think Baxia is definitely up there. More so because of the flexibility, right?
Yeah.
It can throw your opponent like, hey, just throw your opponent a curveball, basically. And with that, Baxia, I think, is the second. No, I think the first. Is it the first? I think it's the second. I like the Baxia second. The first one is it Shin. The strongest in this current patch, man.
I mean,
Gotta
I say that.
Shin.
I mean, I say Shin. I have a personal bias, right? I love the way Shin works. I think yesterday we saw, you know, I was euphoric after looking at that 1-2 that he had going with the zoomed in view. But then at the same time, it's more of a team player, Shin, right? You're not really relying on your individual. You're not a Kyrie. You're not a Carl TZ, right? You're not a King Kong. You know, you're not gonna be coming in and trying to showcase what you can do with the individual skills. Of course, you're trying to do that, but then you're really relying on individual skill. But then Shin works around the team, and I think, speaking of team, hey, both the teams ready for the draft. They're already up. Fovius being banned out by Bolivia on the blue side. Brazil looking to respond. Hey, they just want to take out what they don't want to deal with.
Seems like the 1-1 will be that hero, and yeah, you know, 1-1 is an annoying hero. You know, especially with the immune skill that the 1-1 has, it can definitely the outplay potential on this 1-1 is high, is definitely high. Bolivia taking their time here on that second ban. Are they going to ban the Angela, or are they looking for the Angela, or will they EXP here? So trying to limit Black's hero.
Yeah, I think definitely the CC and the Fovius, I think not just trying to limit Black's hero, but also at the same time trying to give John Storm the benefit of the doubt, right? We know John Storm's a playmaker for us, but at the same time, we want to make sure he's having an easier lane. You know, so take away some of the things that Black will be a problem with, not just in the laning phase, but also in the team fight, so that the space is created for WL and Galito. So I think they're just trying to give John Storm the upper hand. They're trying to play into the EXP lane.
Maybe that's going to be the case, because if you're talking about EXP, there's still an Arlet, you know. Yeah, I think the Arlet is definitely going to be contested here in the first phase. The Baxia, though, will be banned out here, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Brazil, they're a little bit more, there's more variety, right, with the Baxia and the 1-1 ban here, not just one lane. And Bolivia, seeing this, right, with the Baxia ban, does this allow the Angela pick coming through from the side of Bolivia?
I think here Brazil probably gonna roll the dice, right? Leave Angela as well as Arlot open. You want the Angela, we'll take the Arlot along with something else, maybe a Granger, maybe an Irto, maybe the Eastern Shin, the Lancelot. These all are open and up for grabs as well. So I think they definitely, if I was them, I'd probably be willing to roll the dice here, not ban on both the junglers, let the Arlot open, let the Angela open, maybe take out something else, maybe a Granger. Oh no, too risky, man. The best jungler for a reason.
Right, you mentioned Yisun Baxia and then Lancelot. They banned the top two, and Bolivia will pick the top three. I think that there you go. You know, shout out Kronos, but Bolivia, what they're saying is, Angela, we're not afraid. Arlet, we're not afraid. And Brazil, they will take the far side here, despite the Lancelot is already picked. You know, Yuji is going to rely on his mechanics to juke the skills of Lancelot, but it is actually a different approach here. Brazil, they're saying, no, we don't want to prioritize the Arlet. We're taking the Uranus.
Guided by Lantern's light.
I'm not sure if I'm following what Brazil are trying to go for. I think it's probably going to go all out damage, right? Just overwhelm them with the damage. You can see Arlot, Jushin, Lancelot, Bolivia have a star-studded. If you ask me, the first phase of the draft so far, they've already won. Brazil probably looking to lock down a jungler here after picking up the Uranus. So maybe go for the Joy, because that's the only kind of thing that's left here open in a way. But then again, it leaves your team so vulnerable, right? You lack crowd control already. 3 heroes, no crowd control, looking for trouble.
It is a little bit tricky here for the side of Brazil, right? You mentioned the crowd control. Is it possible like a Guinevere jungler appear? Is that like I'm sure they are able to, I'm sure they're capable, you know, keep that in mind as well. And this is it, last pick before the second phase. It will be the Angela. So yeah, not a sure crowd control, but there's a slow in it.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of forgot that the Angela even existed right at this point, because I think the Angela was one of the heroes that we expected to be picked up, but I didn't think it'd come through so late in the first phase, let alone almost slip through into the second. But I think right now you can see the sustain game on the side of Brazil is high, of course, but at the same time, similar with Bolivia, right? You have the beacon with the Jushin, and you have Arlott with the Vengeance. He's definitely going to go in and try and get that spell vamp and get that HP back up. A lot more aggressive Bolivia, but Brazil still a bit passive aggressive, I would say, right? So far with the Angela, Uranus, and the Farsa. So maybe with they're looking to see what they can go in the gold lane. I'm probably thinking, I don't think it's going to be a Grange. It's got to be a Moskov, right? You need some sort of crowd control to try and lock down this Lancelot.
I like the Moskov pick, right? Will they be able to sniff it though? But it seems like their focus here is just choking the jungler position, right? Yusun Shin, Baksha, Fredrin is off the board. They picked up the Lancelot. Why not double down, you know, ban the Joy and then ask a big question towards Brazil? Yeah, what is there left for that jungler position? But you know, I think there is a lot. Are they comfortable though? That's my big question. Using say export jungler, Guinevere jungler, let's see, or even Alpha is still a viable option. Now you have the Angela.
I mean, yes, the Alpha is a viable option. We saw that yesterday itself, coming in from Bolivia, if I'm not wrong, right? The Alpha against the Baxia in the jungle for Argentina.
Yeah.
And then again, this looks like a draft that Bolivia did in the first game of yesterday. Ooh. They had the Jushin, they had the Arlott. They also went with the Khalid. And the Bruna I wanted to see gets banned out, man. But I think they probably might go for the Khalid again. And this time they have much more of an, you know, they like the invasive strategy, but they have a hero that really has a lot of base damage right from the get-go. The Lancelot, right? The Thorn Rose level 1, level 2 with those punctures definitely hurt. So Brazil really need to find something in the early game to try and match that pace. Otherwise, they might just be inviting a lot of pressure to their side. So this is a make it or break it pick for them.
Definitely, they're taking their time as well, right? Brazil. I think they are just going for a gold laner pick here, you know. Save the jungler last. Oh, what?
Oh, nasty. That.
Without
that sounds nasty.
Wow, I did not expect this. Esmeralda, Uranus. It's what, 2.5 years ago kind of deal, right? Man. You get the 2 fighters. No?
Older than that. Well, 2.5 years is too less. This is like 4. M1 kind of days where you had Esmeralda in the jungle, right? That's a long time coming. And I think you can see the instant response as well from Bolivia. They go for a tank shredder, knowing that there's a lot of HP on the other side. They need someone to melt them down. I think who better than true damage carry herself?
They're taking a risk though. With this pick, there's a Farsa. There's a Farsa in the opponent's side. You know, range is definitely lacking from that carry. So Bolivia is like, hey, let's go. Let's risk it. You know, go big or go home. And to somehow relieve off pressure from that Farsa, they added themselves the Gatot Kacha that can, you know, deflect the Feather Airstrike at will. So yeah, great solid response from side of Bolivia.
Yeah, I think Bolivia's lineup really looks like they're ready and they want it all, right? That Gato Kacha to try and cancel out that feathered airstrike, Arlot to try and create the plays. You have the carrier to shred them down, the Jushin to provide the support, Lancelot to finish them off. You can see the game plan coming from Bolivia, but Brazil here, I mean, we kind of predicted the Moscow a long time ago and we knew that they need that crowd control. But then speaking of crowd control, do they really have any? At this point, right? Do they the Spear of Misery, Puppet on a String, and what, the Falling Star Moon? That really those aren't really hard lockdowns. So Nico on this Lancelot might just have himself a field day.
Definitely more tricky to stun the opponents here. Yeah, the feather airstrike that the Farsight can stun, but then again, it's not a sure lockdown. It's not like the Gato Kacha with AoE. It's not like the final slash, definitely. And mind you, there's a knockup from Zushin that is annoying if you're around Zushin getting flared on. So hey guys, those are the 10 heroes that will be deployed to the Land of Dawn for our opening game. It's Bolivia taking on Brazil.
Yeah, I think already in game number 1, this Lancelot is going to be putting in a lot of work. Wait a second. Is this a Uranus in the jungle?
It's Uranus in the jungler, Sean. So is Esmeralda EXP?
I thought it's going to be Esmeralda in the jungle and Uranus in the EXP, but they switched it up. This Uranus in the jungle has worked wonders for a long time in the previous season as well. And you can see with the emblems that they're running, definitely that tank emblem and also those tenacities coming through from both the EXP laners to try and see if they can do anything. But Angela here, though, running that mystery shop, just trying to get that earlier power spike.
Just, you know, nose throw won't clear. Oh, there might be an exchange here in the mid lane. That's a great taunt. No wings by wings. Forced to use that flicker, but WL finds the flicker to take the first blood. UG goes down.
Yeah, I think 1 for 1 as well. Yes, they got themselves the first blood, but they gave one in return. Still, first blood does give you a little bit of extra gold, so they are up on that front. But I think Brazil, with the lineup that they have, with the experience that they have, they're just going to shrug it off and know what they're going to do next. And that's why you can see on the top side is what they're aiming for. Same mirror coming on the bottom as well from Bolivia. But I feel like Brazil here just applying the pressure onto John Storm in the mid lane, though.
Ooh, force the mid and the roam now to use their flickers. So that's a great info. Turtle Cam is up, and seems like John Storm trying to open things up here, giving information and damage. Half HP on the Uranus.
Yeah, I think this Uranus, but I mean, really, half HP, does that really kind of make a difference? Let's be honest.
True, early game as well. But hey, it seems like they are on the turtle. That's gonna be the taunt from K-Boom. That's a Falling Star Moon. That's a combo. WL though, trying to do damage at the back. That's gonna be John Storm and Nico dealing the damage that Bolivia needs. 2 members down and out. And now let's see the first turtle. It's going to be a standoff here. Black trying to provide damage. Flickers out of danger. Sean jumps in, so they want to fight. Nico in a very, very tough position here, quite low, but is able to recall. They will take the delay, and this is the timing that the Brazilian wants. They want to take the turtle.
Sheesh, man, all of that, and you can see again, Yuji trying to shut damage. John Storm.
Very low. Still able to get out, though. That's a taunt. Yuji, wings by wings. Oh, the turtle is not touched now. I guess they're taking their time here in taking that neutral objective.
Yeah, they're definitely taking their time, right? It's all about marinating that meat before you can grill it, make the soup out of that turtle. That's what they want, but Brazil have control over that in the pit, and now you can see Nico going in.
Oh, Nico finds the steal. That's K-Boom canceling the feather airstrike. Oh, revitalized pop. K-Boom kind of isolated here. That's going to be Nico trying to provide cover. Immobilization there towards K-Boom, but is able to get out. No casualty from that big fight.
Yeah, no casualties, just HPs traded, spells traded as well. But I think the costly one being Yuji's Flicker. And I think even in the midst of that fight, you could see the Feathered Airstrike was popped. K-Boom just took 1 second, a little too late to dish out that AOG, which gave enough time for Yuji to try and flicker out of harm's way. Otherwise, that would have been disastrous. But here on the bot side, Upatizi is going to be the target.
That's going to be the hard guard connecting. Yuji finds the connection to take Galilito down. Wow, that's a great tempo that the Brazil made there in the bottom side.
Yeah, I think on the bottom side, on the top side as well, Black is able to dominate the map. And Bolivia, 2K head and gold the entire time. Yes, they're on par in terms of kills, but that retribution steal in the turtle pit from Nico just worked wonders, and they're able to try and rack up the gold from there. But here, Xian.
Face check here in the mid bush. That's a knock-up. Oh, the damage is enough to take the Uranus down. And that's going to be the AOG. A little bit too premature here. Feather Airstrike will land immediately. Revitalize actually trigger, but Black will be caught. K-Boom will be the trade here in the mid lane. So it's actually favors Bolivia.
Again, small skirmishes. Bolivia coming out on top. And there, they preemptively used not just the AOG, but also the final flash from John Storm. Came in with a flicker nonetheless. And I think that kind of gave position to Brazil to move out. And then again, even in the fight, they had the opportunity to go back in, but just didn't work out. They still came out on the losing side.
Oh no, oh no. That's the SOD and the hard guard spend, and that will be Bolivia saying, hey, we are a man up top lane. Turtle is free. And it's gonna be the second neutral objective for the side of Bolivia.
Yeah, that's another one in their pocket. 2 turtle soups, marinated, grilled, sliced. Up next is the third one, and I think that's something that Brazil definitely would want to contest to make sure they have the upper hand moving into the mid to late game phase. But here, Nico.
Great steal. No purple for the Uranus. Nico finds the Grand Theft Purple. Oh, Feather Airstrike. Early. Again, now Nico will be okay. Take a look at John Storm here. Looking for the flanks. WL, though. Oh. That's the AOG. Final slash onto its Uranus. That's a stun, a big one. That's going to be John Storm securing the kill. Black flickers out of danger, but the damage will still come through as John Storm picks up the double.
It definitely does. On the bot side, Upatizi might be going down as well.
Under the turret. That's nasty. We might see an outplay. Upatizi survives. And that will be Bolivia failing to assassinate the marksman.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Galito just able to take away the mid lane tier 1. Bolivia winning on all fronts. The bot side fights in the turtle pit, nearby in the river, and also taking away the mid tier 1. So they're really pushing Brazil to the limit. But then again, after a while, after a couple of items, as we can see, that's when Brazil will start racking it up, right? Farsa just built a glowing wand. You have the Esmeralda with the enchanted talisman going in towards the dominance ice. Again, Xian going into the anti-cuirass after building these first items. That's when they're going to be towards that unkillable phase. But then again, Galito has been farming up pretty nicely, able to get a lot of gold. And now in the river as well, they are looking to get this turtle. SOD connected, but I don't think he wants to pick that fight. But now, feels like the bot side is where they want to go.
Yeah, it seems like they are rotating towards that side here. That mid tier 1 is so expensive. And Galilito, props to him, man. Props to the call, you know, a lot. Oh, top lane. Hard guard, Upatizi 1v1, 2v1 technically. And Nico is still able to puncture to safety. And I'm sure, will he be greedy and try to find the clear? He will. Looking for the damage as well, but seems like the damage for Nico will not be enough. Brazil finds another kill on the board, and they will take that structure. It will be traded, though, with the bottom side.
Yeah, I think the trade definitely working out this time for Brazil. But here again on the top side, K-Boom
Oh, they got the structure. Falling Star Moon, revitalized from K-Boom. Well, WL is dealing damage. Oh, in the back, John Storm finds a two-man final slash hard guard. In response, Galilito will find the connection. He's free hitting. Sean taking down UG, stunned up. That's the double. Looking for the possible triple kill, but Upatizi is able to keep his distance. Black flickering out. That's going to be Black almost taken down in the top lane, though. That's Kozlo trying to survive. Oh, Black still juking, but Nico finds the kill. That's a wipeout from Bolivia.
Not looking good for Brazil. That wipeout from Bolivia definitely showing that there are no pushovers. This is not a time for Brazil to experiment. And Bolivia showing that, hey, you can't disrespect us in the game. We love the game as much as you do. And we practice it in and day out. And you can see that coming through as well. Nico flexing this Lancelot with those punctures, trying to go under the turret. And you can see again, now with the Lord coming up in about 3 seconds, they definitely are the aggressors. They have control of the river. They have control of bottom half of the map and the top half as well at the same time. And I think, but Brazil do not want to give this away for free.
They don't. They're trying to find angles here. But hey, Bolivia is playing it smart here. They're taking their time. They know that they have the advantage. And yeah, why rush?
Yeah, they definitely shouldn't rush this one. Bolivia, they have the upper hand. They're about 6K ahead and goal, but oh, final flash.
On towards two. That's going to be Kozlo and Upatizi off the board. It's a 5v3. Should be a free Lord. Let's see, though. Will they find counterplays? Seems like Bolivia, they're keeping it tidy here. Uh-oh, Sean. Oh, misses there. Missed from John Storm. But that's going to be the Lord taken down. Oh, the damage will be enough for now. That's a two-man final slash from John Storm. Black will be next. And that's going to be Bolivia taking, again, two members off the board. And now they have tempo in that mid lane. Nico almost finds a kill. That's going to be Upatizi forced to use that flicker. The mid tier, though, will fall. The inhibitor in the bottom side, though, will again be triggered.
I mean, even UG's position there with a feathered airstrike, trying to zone him out, not working out, but here might be an end angle.
Definitely, man. They're looking for the end angle. That's going to be a knockup, ladies and gentlemen. With the first Lord, Galilito locks onto towards the base, and game one is secured in just under 12 minutes. Well done, Bolivia.
Bolivia, Bolivia, Bolivia. The winners, they are in the first game of this best of three. Absolute aggression coming in from their side. And we spoke about this in the draft phase as well. They are the aggressive lineup. They like to play early game, and that's what they did. They had the early game, got themselves that first blood. Yes, they traded it back, but then after that, it was no coming back. For a first few minutes, it was 1-for-1, but they kept winning these neutral objectives, which gave them the advantage moving on into the mid game. And then again, the same thing translated into the late game as well. And by the time Brazil were able to rely on Upatizi, it was too little too late, just because of how well Galilito had farmed up. And here in the mid game as well, John Storm as aggressive as possible, not giving any room for Brazil to breathe. And this is where they expected an Upatizi miracle coming in from the side of Brazil. But then again, if you don't give him the farm, if he's not able to stay on par with the rest of the opposition, you know it's going to be a one-sided story. And that's what it ended up being, with Brazil getting wiped out in less than 10 minutes. That just speaks wonders for the way Bolivia played. And then again, it just after that, it was just an utter domination. They were just forcing the equation, pressing where it hurts for Brazil in every single team fight, not letting them breathe whatsoever. Because you know, if you give a team like Brazil some space, they definitely will take that away and turn it into their advantage. And later on, in towards the end of the game, with almost an 8K goal lead, they come out on top.
Man, Kronos, It's beautiful, you know. I think that wipeout really cost him the game, Brazil, and that really won the game from Bolivia. And after that point, you know, Bolivia was, I think their formation was just beautiful. You know, John Storm always looking for a possible flank with the engage, try to zone maybe a 2, if lucky 3 members from the side of Brazil, and that really caused trouble or caused problems from the side of Brazil.
Definitely did. I think it's just the draft, the way that they played, and the way that they trying to make everything work. Again, early game. Gatot Kacha was the pick from K-Boom this time. Usually, we see them go down the route of picking up, you know, the Khalid is what we saw. I mean, I was expecting the Khalid, but the way that he played the Gatot Kacha, man, not letting UG breathe whatsoever the entire game. They got a landslide. You got an Arla. And the Arla as well. He wasn't afraid to flicker final slash, right? Usually you see some EXP laners like, okay, I mean, yes, even if there's one I like to make sure it's right. John Storm, throughout the entirety of the game, like, it didn't seem like he got many of the opposition. But the fact that he wasn't afraid to use it probably sent a mental note into Brazilian players like, hey, this guy is crazy. He can use that final slash at any given point. Doesn't matter what position he's in. We better be careful. And yes, they should have been, because those final slashes in towards the end game was a little, you know, just closed the gap down. And then we spoke about the range that Galito had. Who needs the range when they're just bringing the kills to you, man? Like, they just swept them right in front of him. So he just started... and then just got taken down.
Man, it was a beautiful first game, and let's see, you know, it's not over for Brazil just yet. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a best of 3. So let's see what will happen in game 2. Will it be a 2-0 for Bolivia, or perhaps Brazil might force a game 3? We'll be right back in 5. Hey, it is 1-0 for Bolivia. And it's me, Gani. And Mr. Arman is here to cast the next, not just games, the series as well. But hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the qualifiers of Latin America, to be exact. Iesf, baby.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how we break it down, folks, from the legendary Gani himself. But of course, I think game number 1, Brazil. Hey, you guys got to wake up, man. Hopefully they took that break, washed their faces, splashed it with water, and then they're just like, okay, no more trolling. We got to make sure we come up with the dub, because the expectations definitely is high when you are one of the top players in the Latin American region. Again, on the other side, Bolivia just proving that they're no pushovers. They are not to be messed with. They are not some nobodies, man. You got to give some respect to the way that they play. We saw that yesterday against Argentina, and now today we're seeing it with Brazil. Now, hopefully, Brazil just take them as seriously as they would on the regular, because I think there's no possible way for them to just let this go into the 2-0, right?
Should be, right? Supposedly, you know. Again, let's see. I really don't like the drafts coming from Brazil game 1. So maybe if they adjust, we will see a different outcome. But hey, Bolivia, props to you guys, man. You know, the drafts was clean. The execution was cleaner. And man, you know, I just want to see more Mlbb action here. Bolivia, I think what they did was beautiful. You know, Galalito being on a carry, very short range, but I think for during fights he was just free hitting. Why? Because a lot of the resources were spent on other heroes, and I think Bolivia, they understand how to execute that draft, and yeah, they definitely deserve that win.
They definitely do deserve their win. It was a much more front and center, right? In terms of draft, they were able to pivot for the late game as well. They had a lot of crowd control. That's something that you want to work on. You definitely need that crowd control as well, playmaking abilities. Just Brazil just lacked it overall. Like, they were just relying on individual prowess, individual skill to try and get them out. But then again, speaking of individual skill, Nico was on fire on that Lancelot, right?
Yeah, I mean, the first pick value, right? They went in, you know, first pick the Lancelot. It seems like the value was returned. You know, Nico again, very capable, very reliable. That steal as well, I think that really was the first momentum shift for Bolivia, where Nico got the turtle and they were able to force a fight. So let's see, will it happen again for Nico, you know, being cheeky with the retributions, or perhaps now with Brazil being on blue, perhaps they themselves want the Lancelot.
Yeah, I think they definitely themselves might want it. But then again, is it going to be left out by Bolivia, right? Is it going to be left out by... Oh, wait, never mind. Brazil themselves take it out. It's the first pick that they don't want. They don't want. Just take away the Yisun, take away the Lancelot. Probably what? They're going to take away the Baxi as well?
Baksha, I think, definitely a hero that, yeah, there you go. You know, it's so prio now. I think it's very strong. It's not just quite strong, but it's very strong, very flexible as well. It seems like Brazil, they do not want to deal with an Arlet as well. So are they going for a Zushin first pick here? Are they going for a Phoveus first pick for Brazil? You know, setting up tempo, not really showing their cards, or perhaps they don't care. They're confident enough in Bolivia. It's saying, okay, you ban the Arlet, let's ban out the Zushin. Brazil, first pick on hot seat. What are you going for?
To me, fun is all that matters.
Over.
Why?
Call it. It's over. They're calling it. The game's over.
Mr. Arman, man. With all due respect, last time you say it is all over for that first pick. It happened yesterday after that Angela first pick, and you know, it lost. So is this just, it's over for Bolivia or over for Brazil? You got to clarify here.
It's over for Bolivia, man. It's over for Bolivia. I mean, Angela's a different story, right? I mean, yes, we kind of
Fair, that's fair.
overestimated the Angela, but
That's fair.
here with the 1-1, on in the hands of Upatizi, yeah, it's calling it game. This is game. This is game set match right here. We're going to a BO3, folks.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It seems like for the first phase, at least, it's quite quick. You know, Bolivia, they respond with the Phobius Farsa, and Brazil, yeah, it's actually quite quick, relatively quick. Kalea and the Fred. Now, this is a very scary looking draft from the side of Brazil.
Yeah, it definitely is looking a bit more scarier compared to game number 1. Look at that. They have a single target lockdown. They have a lot of crowd control with the Fredrin in the jungle. They definitely have 1v5 and a lot of damage coming in from that 1-1. But on the other side as well, the Farsa, the Phobius, the Badang, again, a double bruiser combo on their side. They really like this Farsa with the extended range. And again, taking away a lot of early game prowess. We know Yuji Frostlave loves the Selena, so they're taking that out, the Hayabusa, to make sure the 1-1 has a good time in the laning phase. Again, in the jungle, no surprises coming through as well. So I feel like now Brazil are starting to take it a little more seriously.
There you go. There you go. Let's say, I mean, they got the Prio hero, right? The 1-1, and technically, it's a great combination with the Kalea. You know, it's not really instant kill, but at least it might trigger that crossbow attack if the Kalea sets it up right. So it's gonna be the last man here from side of Bolivia. It is going to be the glue, so they understand that, hey, with the glue, it's going to be annoying for the Phobius and potentially the jungler later on. Okay, quick jungler bans here from side of Brazil. No to Haya, no to Joy. They want to make this 1-1 safe as just safe, you know, because those two heroes can definitely be a threat.
Definitely, indeed. And I think along with that, there's glue being taken out, right? Along with the Joy, the Hayabusa, there's glue. I'm not sure. I mean, they couldn't have picked it up for themselves just because the Badang was picked up, but the glue would have been so good for Bolivia themselves, right? Just be a complete problem to this Fredrin, and then against the 1-1 as well. But then here, the Granger being picked up. I think a lot of poke going to be coming through, of course, with those Death Sonatas. So this Fredrin's going to have a slight bit of a difficult time trying to get into these team fights. Again, another target for the Kalea to pounce upon. But again, Brazil need to find those magic damage dealers to get some burst. Let's see what they're going to go with.
Let's see. I think also, keep note, right? Winter Crowns is going to be a very expensive item here for side of Bolivia. If the Badang and the Phobius can take that early, I think it can ruin the momentum of the 1-1. So let's see, will it be prioritized from the side of Bolivia? Brazil, though, they add themselves another hero that can disrupt the formation. That is the Lapu Lapu. Has immune, has stun, very durable, and it's going to be annoying. You know, Zetian, the global ult, the stun, the passive. You know, you can't with the Phobius, with the Badang. If it's not triggered, the Zetian is technically safe, so you gotta keep in mind it's a very, very tricky approach from side of Bolivia if they really want to commit and engage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the Zetian pickup. I'm liking the Lapu Lapu, in fact. Like, the Lapu Lapu definitely works. You have another diving hero when the Farsa has the Feather Airstrike. The Zetian, though, I'm not really... I mean, we're trying to find positives there, right? But the Nakai, that's a surprise.
That is right. Again, this Akai, it's somehow a gamble. If your fed, if your farm is good, yes, it definitely can guarantee you a neutral objectives. But before level 4, you're a sitting duck technically, and with the pokes, like potential from side of Brazil, the Akai needs to make sure that his pathing and his farm is a-okay, especially before the first turtle. So let's hope for the best for both of the teams, right? Brazil looks to equalize here in this series. Bolivia, they want to clean sweep the quote-unquote favorites, right, in this match. Let's see Bolivia, will they be able to do so or not?
Yeah, I think definitely Bolivia looking to try and take it into a 2-0 against the big giants, the powerhouse Brazil. But however, they are looking for the comeback, folks, as we go into game number 2 in match number 1 of the day. It is, of course, Brazil on the blue side this time, going against Bolivia, who are already 1-0 up, looking to close down the game in a 2-0 fashion. Or will there be a comeback, and will Brazil take us to game number 3? Kronos and Gani to bring you the action.
Let's get it, boys. Let's get it, girls. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Line of Dawn action. It will be a different approach here. Xion taking the purple. Meanwhile, the Akai, Nico, will focus on red. Seems like with the rotation, it will be a 3v3, 2v3 rather. But that's going to be Nico actually taking the lead, though. So that's an advantage already. Slight advantage for the side of Bolivia. That's going to be the stun. That's going to be... Oh, Kozlo forced to use the flicker early again.
Yeah, I think Coleslaw. Coleslaw. I'm gonna call him. I'm calling Coleslaw. Coslo. That's like coleslaw. Like wait,
Coleslaw,
no, that's
hey.
what you get when you mix mayo and cabbage. But then that's not coleslaw.
Yes.
That's Coslo. But here, Coslo already trying to do some damage.
Seems like he will recall, though. So it's a very slow tempo. You know, if we take a look at game 1, it was an early first blood, a trade rather, 1-1. What before the first minute? No, before the second minute. It seems like this time around it won't happen.
Not yet happening for them so far. It's a slow-paced game, but here it feels like a fight is brewing around the turtle pit. Actually, has already started.
Yeah, a lot of action. Bravest Fighter also already invested here by Black. Taking it their time, though. Xion now is waiting for his team to really have a tidy formation. That's John Storm trying to be a nuisance. Nico jumps in. That's a great cancellation from Kozlaw. That's going to be the heavy spin, though. Locking Black down. No real follow-up just yet. That's going to be the feather airstrike, though. Locking him down. First blood for Bolivia. That's going to be Xion trying to disengage along the rest of the team, but Bolivia did not manage to close the gap. They will lose out on the turtle, but they will get a kill.
Again, right? It's Yuji's position. That mid lane kind of left wide open. Hey, oh my God! Did Upatizi just give up the gold cannon for the gold crab? I'm not sure if that was the wisest of ideas. Or am I tripping, Gani? Did I just see that?
A slight miscalculation. Oh, that's a feather airstrike, though. That's a taunt to cancel that feather airstrike. Xion, very strong. Oh, the Appraiser's Wrath almost connecting there. But WL has the picker. Tsunami Slam from Kozlaw. No real follow-up, so perhaps just to escape there.
Not just that, right? Not just that. Along with everything else, the flicker and then the recall. There was a slight bit of recall from WL, just showing like, hey, you thought you had me, but you did not. Oh,
but easy stunned up, locked down under the turret, and Granger doesn't really connect the shots there. That's gonna be Upatizi surviving and will clear another wave. A little too close for comfort there.
Yeah, a little too close for comfort, and I think it was very close as well. Yuji is able to use the Fury of the Phoenix at the right time to try and get that stun right under the turret, saving Upatizi's life. But here you can see Xion and Kozlo trying to get one.
Galvito is able to keep his distance. K-Boom here in the front. Oh, Upatizi trying to juke the feather airstrike, but with the heavy spin, locking him down. Upatizi will not be able to move. That's a kill, an important one as well, as Bolivia will shift their focus towards a second neutral objective in the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Xion as well as Kozlo were on the same page, but here Black looks like he wants to get something started.
Great taunt, great knock-up as well. That's going to be the turtle. Who will get it will be Nico again. That's going to be Nico now, being the sandbag feather airstrike from the back. Xion, though, will find a kill before losing his life. Kozlaw will be going down as well. That's going to be Galilito joining the fight. Upa, very low. John Storm finds the connection. My goodness, stop this guy as Hugie falls as well. 4 bodies from side of Brazil and Bolivia. They are looking to take down the mid turret.
Man, Phoveus to be played like that should be illegal. The way he just jumped in with those, you know, he's just following them the entire time. I think he was bonk for bonk, and then he finds another bonk, and then all of a sudden he flickers forward, finds another bonk, and Yuji had to go down as well. So he has been aggressive from the get-go.
Definitely. And even from here, right? Oh, the Fury of the Phoenix was not enough. The bonks you mentioned. John Storm finds a 3-man Dark
bonk.
Wave as well.
Bonk.
Oh, it's nasty.
Again, bonk. One more. Bonk.
Boom.
And then there he goes. That's a triple in his hands, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. But meanwhile, on the bot side.
Oh, Tsunami Slam. That's this crossbow. A Tang pop there under the turret. Heavy spin though will lock Upatizi down. Will it be enough? It will. WL securing that kill in the back. Galilito vulnerable and will be turreted. Both goal laners going down. But take a look at Sean isolated here in the front. Yuji trying to provide cover of Praise's Wrath. Not enough damage to take Nico down. But that's going to be Bolivia saying enough. Let's go back. Let's disengage. And that will be all.
That definitely was all for them on that side, but I think still HP's traded, spells traded, ultimates, and speaking of ultimate, Black wants to go for the bravest fighter.
Before the turtle, that is going to be a very expensive resource. Skypiercer though is already in the hands of Galilito.
Yeah, I think here John Storm, man, but he hits the Dark Wave, catches too, and he's so aggressive.
Very. And take a look at Sean. Not able to move practically. Will shift towards the turtle side though. Conceal from Kozlo. That's going to be Upa. In trouble. That's going to be Upa looking for the clear. Feather airstrike in the bush. John Storm trying to provide cover. That's the taunt. WL. No wings by wings. He will be shut down. That's going to be Upa TZ coming from the flanks. Free hitting. UG will secure that kill. Brazil fought back here in minute 7.
Yeah, they found an opening, right? They found an opening and made sure to bide their time. Calculated moves in those team fights. That's what experience brings you, folks, and that's what they did. Meanwhile, here in the mid lane, trying to siege at it.
Oh, what? K-Boom, a little bit too aggressive there, and will be taken down. Another win, another dub for the Brazilians.
Another dub indeed, but then they were looking to take down that mid-tier 1. K-Boom, yes, he went down, but used the fist crack to try and clear the lane, which he did, which made a big difference. And here, Feather Airstrike connecting to Black.
Oh, Black even forced to use his own flicker here. So that's an expensive one. Let's see if Fury of the Phoenix popped. Structure taken down. And top, it's actually quite free. Will Fredrin show, though? Seems like the orange buff will be stolen. And oh, they will, because Fredrin shows top. They are looking for a fight, but quick disengage from Brazil.
Disengage indeed. They don't want to give away the momentum that they have in their favor. Even a slight bit of a goal lead, right? The tempo is on their side. I think Bolivia are just trying to bounce back, trying to get control over the river. But Kozlo here, he has been doing a wonderful job on this Kalea, trying to create that separation. Nico on the top side has to respond for the waves, and you can see Brazil, they're looking for a fight, understanding it'll be a 5v4.
Let's say Black very low, looking for the destruction, but that's gonna be Upa with the crossbow, a Tang, looking for a kill. Not enough to really be a threat this time, but they will take John Storm down.
Yeah, and I think so far, John Storm, he has been the aggressor, right? He understands that Inferno Pursuit was going to be absolutely nasty every time he tries to go in. Yes, it was strong earlier when Upatizi didn't really have the damage, and every time he dashes around, you know, you proc it once more in a possible way where if he dashes around as well, you try to get the cooldowns a little quicker. But then again, John Storm, You gotta realize, man, Upatizi has been racking up on those items, and once he has his core items, the corrosion sight, the DHS, maybe even the Wind of Nature, or even if they go for the Malefic gun, he's gonna be super hard to kill. And that is what Brazil are relying on right now, and they're looking to siege at the mid lane tier 1 once more.
They will get the clear this time, I mean, for now, but let's see for how long. It's still going to be a 5v5 here in around the rivers. Waiting for the right timing. Fury of the Phoenix is in hand of Yuji. Perhaps waiting for the right timing as well. Black though. Well, there you go. The connection. The stun. K-Boom will not survive. That's going to be the stun by Johnstone trying to hold on. But take a look at the damage that is able to be provided by Upa, who will collect the double. Take a look at the crossbow. A Tang. It will be enough to be a threat this time. Nico, good night. That's a triple. Kalea will not be able to stay around this time, but that's going to be a 4-for-1, a free Lord for Brazil.
Yeah, I think free Lord. Yes, the Kozlo's the one casualty that they had to pay a price for, but that was the price for Upatizi to get himself that triple, and now he scaled up 5-3-3 on a 1-1. We're talking about 11 minutes into the game. It is looking strong, and especially knowing that John Storm is someone that keeps going quite deep into enemy territory along with K-Boom, you know, and you have Nico as well, all able to give those procs to try and get that crossbow of Tang unlocked. But then again, after that, it's just a waiting game. Once they're low enough, just pop it open, and next thing you know, with the Inspire, you're able to carry it on to the next, and then you're going to just wreak havoc for Bolivia to deal with. And having one hit from the sky, well, there are many trying to lock you down with a crowd control. With Black being as aggressive as he can, 4-1-7, you can call him the hidden piece that they were looking for. Kozlo with a conceal, looking for an opening.
That's the Tsunami Slam. Good night, John Storm. Seems like they know the formula. Heavy spin, though, will lock Black down. That's going to be the EXP trade. Let's say, oh my goodness, the Fredrin will be isolated there with the heavy spin earlier. And that will be a 2-for-1. The Lord is still in the top side of the base. But Brazil, they are a man down.
Yeah, and I think a little too aggressive, right? A little too early from Brazil as well. The shot call, yes, it was good. It was right. Just not the right time. Should have waited for the Lord to try and get in a little deeper, a little further, for them to get that extra body, that extra bit of added pressure that they can, and then it would have been a really good play. But Bolivia, knowing that they had time to deal with the Lord, capitalize in the moment, and then again, Bolivia find themselves a couple more minutes of breathing room, but here, doesn't look like it.
That's a winner crown active from K-Boom. Flicker's out of danger. That's info, though. You know, that's valuable info. Upa will take the orange buff as well. And that will still be Brazil keeping the momentum, keeping the tempo. And take a look at the gold here. Technically, it's just 3K almost, right? So it's not looking too bad. If Bolivia finds a great fight just once, the economy will definitely shift to their favor.
They definitely need that economy as well. They need to find a way to rack up those items. Yes, it's not that far behind Bolivia. 3K is not much. Usually you're looking at a 5K, you know, margin where the game kind of slips away from your hands, and they're trying not to let it get to that point, and they're doing so well at the same time. They're able to find the openings. Bolivia just need Galito to try and get those Sky Piercer stacks up as well. He hasn't got a single kill on a Granger, and you're talking about 14 minutes into the game. Without a single stack, he doesn't look like he's going well.
Oh no, that's Purify, that's Fury of the Phoenix as well. John Storm trying to hold on for dear life. Flicker's out of danger, but with the Feather Airstrike, it will help them buy time. Again, now with the Lord up, both teams now got to be more careful.
More careful. I think Bolivia got to be a little extra careful. No Flicker from John Storm, no Pure from Galito. Easy targets for Kozlo right now. He is going to be looking at picking them up. It's like a fruit that is ripe, a cherry that's ripe for the picking, because Kozlo is just waiting for that Tsunami Slam. 15 seconds in, he's going to have the Flicker with that title strike. But here, heavy spin.
Heavy spin on towards 1. Not enough damage. There you go. John Storm finds it in the back. It's going to be 2 members now. Dark Wave. Oh my goodness. Crossbow attack by Upa. K-Boom goes down. That's going to be the immortality popped for Kozlo. Oh, John Storm. Good night, baby. Upa collects the double. No jungler, though, for Brazil. So, Bolivia, will they delay or will they let go of the Lord? Seems like Upa does not care. No jungler, no problem. There's Upa TZ on the Lord.
Oh, heavy spin. He might try and get it. No, he doesn't, but seems like he has to concede that Lord. Feathered Airstrike to zone them away as well. Upa TZ locking that Lord down and trying to get it without the help of the jungler. I think Nico probably could have stayed there. Chose to go back to the base crystal, try to get HP back up. By then, it was a little too late. Black has done a fabulous job to try and zone out WL and Galito. And again, no kill on this Granger is really hurting the chances of Bolivia, because without those Sky Piercer stacks, Xion is able to walk quite freely right in front of them, even after getting poked down quite a lot. So it's looking good, but at the same time, it is not. Now the goal lead is 5K in the hands of Brazil. The Lord on the top side marching in. They have another wave on the bot side as well, so they're trying to get them to split across the map. The mid lane tier 2 is still standing tall, but I think that is the plan for Brazil, to try and take something down, at least an inhibitor, and find an end angle, or give Upatizi what he's looking for.
Let's see, will they be able to find that connection? Lord charges, top lane very vulnerable. Will be taken down. Oh, Tsunami Slam on towards 1. That's going to be, oh, actually Black. Who fell first? That's going to be a 5v4. Almost connecting. Oh, Sean. Great engage as Upa finds the godlike crossbow attack from Upa. Will this seal the deal? As Bolivia only stands with 3. They will be able to collect and clear the wave in top. But it seems like the structure in the mid is looking quite vulnerable here. And let's see, Brazil, what's the call here? It seems like they will siege it. Galito trying to provide damage, trying to clear as well. That's a Fury of the Phoenix trying to slow down tempo, and that will be the structure in the mid lane going down. Number 3 and the last inhibitor here, quite vulnerable as well. And ladies and gentlemen, it is officially 3 inhibitors taken down. Bolivia still survives and has a chance to fight another day, but Brazil, they got all prios to their side.
Man, that crossbow of Tang definitely showing up, being the difference maker in every single fight. And you can see as well, although Patizi has been doing well, 72.3k damage dealt, Galito has not many kills. I'm not really sure even if he got one in that fight. But again, 80.8k damage. He's got 1 kill. Not really working out for him the entire time. But of course, on the top of the damage charge, Yuji with this Wu Zetian is able to do so much in the entire game. And of course, goal lead though between the 2 goal laners on par. So yes, the items are there, but in terms of power spike without the stacks and the Sky Piercer, again, cannot say this enough. Sound like a broken record, I do. But Galito on this Granger definitely needs those stacks. And maybe one fight, if he gets himself a double, is just going to turn and flip the script entirely. It is an Evolve Lord that they're fighting for 18 minutes, 30 seconds out of the game. And they're looking for an angle to try and pick a fight. John Storm and K-Boom, they have their flickers. And so does Kozlo. But on the bot side, they might be looking for something here.
Let's see, will they be able to find the back door? Yuji is quite close to that area, and Indians are pushing to their favor. Now with the show, let's see, Wings by Wings from the far side, looking for the end. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at the base. It will be Bolivia failing to defend, and Brazil, they have equalized here in this best of 3. It's 1-1.
Hey man, you don't need Grand Theft no Turtle, Grand Theft no Purple, Grand Theft no Lord. You just want the base crystal. That's what the game's all about indeed. Finally, game number 2, they come out on top. Brazil off of a backdoor. They just say, you know what, let's just end it. No, we know we're not going to win a fight. These guys are not going to go down without one. So who needs that? Let's just go get ourselves the crystal on the bot side. Sneaky sneaky indeed with the way that they were lurking around. Their movements just 2 steps front, pause. It just felt like a game of red light, green light. And guess what? They definitely got the green light. All right. They went and took the base crystal. But then again, the rest of the game was all about these team fights, one after another. Yes, Bolivia were coming out on top, and John Storm, he kept going in with those bonks, triple kill in the early game, in the mid game as well. Brazil able to turn it around, found an opening, a calculated team fight like this one where they went back and forth. And again, Upatizi trying to be the difference maker, able to free hit in the entirety of the game, able to flip the script against Bolivia. But after that, it was just brawl after brawl, crossbow of Tang after crossbow of Tang. And then it was just John Storm trying to make the difference for Bolivia. But after a while, it just became so that Brazil just couldn't get that angle to try and get them all down. They were looking for a wipeout. This is where Upatizi started popping off. But here, it was match where Bolivia were able to defend themselves from that first Lord. Brazil had the chance to try and end the game. Went for an early push. Went for a wrong call a little early in the game. If they waited, it could have been the end. But Bolivia found themselves the opening. Stayed in this team fight. Stayed in this match a little longer. But of course, in the end, Brazil able to find that back door.
Man, it was beautiful, you know, with Kozlo and Upa already just in that lane. Yeah, they were getting creative. Take a look at Upa just destroying the base there. But hey, you know what? Arman, you called it. You know, when Upa or when Brazil locked in the 1-1, you call it. It is all over. You know, and it seems like Brazil, they were their drafts, at least it's comfortable for them. Not the Uranus jungler that we saw earlier in game 1. It seems like they adjusted. They got the 1-1. It's a strong pick and Upa very much capable in locking the 1-1 out. And yeah, it's Brazil 1-1.
Hey, I told you, sir. You don't give Upatizi that 1-1. And the way that he played it, almost to perfection, right? Yes, he was able to find the angles, find the opening, but hey, I mean, he's getting the kills in these team fights. He's able to make the difference, but every time there's a fight, they really have to fight tooth and nail to try and take something back. So he just said, you know what, like, guys, you bait the Lord, we'll take the base. That's the game plan. As simple as that. And well, guess what? 1 + 1 = 2, and 2 of them took down the base.
Man, Arman, it's fun. It's fun, man. It's again, it's 1-1. You know, Brazil, they not just adjusted. It's longer if you compare it to game 1, but hey, it's still a strong finish. You know, they managed to do their, I guess, win cons, right? They know that hey, we late game, it's all Upa. So let's just chill in the early. If we get the early, it's good. But man, Arman, I'm excited for game 3.
I am indeed, Albert. I'm trying to tell you the way that it went down for game number 1 and 2. It is a 1-1 indeed, and we called it. It could go all the way. And we will find out who's going to come out on top in this best of 3 after a short break, folks. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We're going to be back for game number 3. Brazil, Bolivia. It's going to be.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's 1-1 between Bolivia and Brazil. Welcome back to Iesf here. Latin America qualifiers, American qualifiers here. It's Albert, and I'm not alone. I'm back with Ramon.
Yes, sir. We are back indeed. You know what? The way that we have known the entire time, he's known as Gani. I'm known as Kronos most of the time, but then it's nice to use some of our first names, especially when you can look at it on the screen. So, hey, while you're at it, if you're new, you haven't seen our faces, we got our socials, man. Albert Serafin, G_Kronos. Go and give that follow, hit that subscribe, hit that like, you know. Helps us out a little bit. But of course, what helps us out as well is if there is an action-packed, passion-filled game of Mlbb, because that's what we love. Avid Mlbb lovers we are. So in this World Esports Iesf qualifiers for the American region, of course, we're talking about North and South Americas. Right now, we're at the South America part. So yeah, it has reached that point where the teams that are representing their countries 1-1 in a best of 3. And I think Brazil versus Bolivia, some of the top dogs. Bolivia, I feel like, is slept upon, man. I agree. Seriously believing this region is being slept on right now.
Man, I think they're the definition of an underdog team or country. And I think if they are able to inspire a lot of people in their own country, I think Bolivia will, or at least the scene of Mlbb there definitely will grow, and let's hope for the best, man. I think Bolivia, they showed a strong performance yesterday. Will they be able to close out their strong performance today? It will be game 3, folks, here, drafting phase for Bolivia. It will be blue side Bolivia now, so got to keep an eye out for that pick. You know, 1-1 earlier, was able to find the equalizer and make it a 1-1 series. So let's see, will the 1-1
see value in me
appear?
You should.
Will be Fovius and Fred from the side of Bolivia. Brazil, seems like they adjusted. Game 1, they let go of that Lancelot. This time around,
they call me a hero.
You will
save my nation from falling
pass.
apart.
Thou shall not pass. You shall not pass, because that's what it is, and that's what Brazil want to do, knocking away those double junglers. And I know this is going to be a Boxias coming out as well, so that's 3 junglers on the side of Brazil. And of course for Bolivia, taking away what would hurt them, that Fredrin, that Juan, and of course that Fovius, that could be lethal given in the right hands. So here, I mean, come on, Albert, we know it's going to be a Boxia, right?
Exactly.
It's not going to go away.
I was about to say, the Boxia will not be banned this time around here, Ramon, and it will be the Arlet. So, Brazil, you know, yeah, they're letting it go. Surely they know, surely they know that the scenario would likely to happen. So I'm expecting them to have counter drafts here for that Boxia.
Do I call it again? Like, just it's over?
Are you gonna do it? Oh
no. I mean, there are ways to work around the Boxia, right? I was gonna say the CC is a good example. You're a tank shredder, so it definitely would work out in their favor as well. But then again, this Boxia, it is one of those heroes that is flexible wherever you want to slot it. So we're still looking to see where it goes. Personally, I prefer Boxia in the jungle. Yes, you can help in the roam position, try and get your jungler's HP back up a little quicker, trying to get in the jungle farm a little quicker as well. You can do a lot in around the map, but it's not going to be the best. But here, they're not hiding any cards. They just say, we want Joy. We're going to dive into the back line because that's the next best jungler that's left in the Land of Dawn, apart from a Hayabusa. So now you're really forcing Brazil to pick up a Hayabusa here, or you're going to ban it out in the next phase, and even taking the Angela as well. That's a lot of sustain that's there on the side of Bolivia.
That's the thing. That's the thing here. So this is very tricky. So Angela mid or Boxia EXP? All right, it's still a possibility.
Flex.
It's the flexible part there. But yeah, Joy will be the jungler position here. Why are they showing their cards early? That's my question. Does Brazil know that, Nico is not really a Boxia player? That's why maybe they don't mind showing their cards early. But it seems like Brazil, they focus on themselves as well here. picking up a Harith, which is very good. A hero that is okay in the lane, and what after getting 2 items, is able to join in on the fights and doesn't really mind hitting. When Bolivia wants to close the gap, Harith doesn't really mind because Shaman Force is actually short range as well. So yeah, Brazil here, very good response. Let's go and focus to the second phase.
You know what? Hear me out. What if Baxia jungle, Angela roam, Joy mid lane? Am I burning the dish, or is it? Am I cooking too hard?
I mean, seeing their draft, it's again, it's a possibility. A Joy mid. Wow.
Nah, I'm burning the dish, aren't I?
Maybe.
I think I'm overboiling it.
Bro, I thought Esmeralda jungler as well, but it was Uranus. So anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, I'm probably overboiling the noodles in the Indomie this time, but for sure with that one. But I think the Uranus being banned out, the Kalea being taken off again. They locked down the Harith. I'm not sure if that's the brightest of ideas against the Baxia. You're not gonna have a lot of space. You're gonna be really locked down as well. So, and they still have the option of going for the Esmeralda and the EXP lane for Bolivia, right? The option is still present. Yes, you're not gonna do really well against the CC, but just you have the Angela to give that support. You have the Baxia as well to provide the space. No anti-heal coming in from the opposition side immediately. I mean, Bolivia, I feel like this has got to be a Hayabusa as well. So again, draft wise, I feel like Bolivia are slightly getting the upper hand.
I understand that, but I don't know. I dislike the Joy a bit here. Maybe call me skeptical, but yeah, what's with the Joy second pick? You can just pick other heroes. But let's see. Bolivia again prove me wrong. They're going to focus on the roamer position though in that second phasing of the bans rather. It's going to be Kalea and the Grok here. They do not want a hero that can disrupt the mobility of the Shield Unity and the Joy as well. So yeah, great response here. Brazil first pick. I'm guessing they are going for a roam here, right? I think they should just hide their jungler last. The Hayabusa is cleared, so yeah,
it's very clear.
It's clear, right? So okay,
yeah.
They don't mind showing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very clear that it's going to be the Hayabusa, right? So I think might as well pick it up now and then wait till the end to see what you can go and give a little bit more room to work around with in the roam position. Yes,
sure.
But also at the same time, maybe, they're not trying to give Bolivia the Hayabusa, so it can be, Baxia EXP and roam Joy mid, and I was in the jungle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, this is too much. This is too much.
Hey.
I'm just burning the whole thing, man.
We're having fun here, folks. It's the AA combo, Albert and Armand. But
yo,
yeah.
Let's go.
Bolivia.
AA with the GK.
AA with the GK, baby. Oh, Minsitar.
Oh no.
That's a Minsitar.
This is gonna be lit. This is lit. This is lit.
What?
The King's Calling is gonna be absolutely lit this entire time with the Furious Dive combo coming in, man.
No.
Petrifies all across this Hayabusa along with the Harith. You're not gonna be allowed to play the game. I love Bolivia. The pocket picks coming in are absolutely insane. Talk about total entertainment this has been.
Oh my goodness. Imagine, right? With the Shadow, the King's Calling, and yeah, the Hayabusa will not be able to go back to a Shadow. And it seems like Brazil, hey, a lot of potential dives with the Minsitar, with the Joy, with the Baxia, and the Yu Zong. So great response with the Tig pick. I like it. It brings stability and durability, a lot of crowd control as well, which technically before the Tig pick, they're quite lacking. So yeah, great pick for Brazil.
Yeah, great pick indeed, and I think it's gonna be yes, it's reliable, it's quite solid, and I think that will be the slight bit of a difference maker they're looking for with the implosion in these team fights, right? Once they're really like slowed down and the Kings call in from Galito, this pocket pick, man, I'm excited. I am super excited to get into this one because I want to see how is he gonna really utilize this Minstar, right? Because either you're absolutely crazy with it or it's just completely in the mud. And we're gonna find out, of course. Game number 3, folks. We are in the best of 3, going all the way. Bolivia on the blue side, Brazil on the red. The GKAA combo, Kronos and Gani, bringing you the action for this one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's witness and enjoy for our final game of the series. But hey, earlier, I asked you about the cheese bags. You know, you definitely did not expect the Mincetar to come through in our first series, man.
Definitely not the Mincetar. This has been an exciting one. You can see WL already hitting level 2. Xian steals the orange buff!
Oh no! Great read. No quad shadow though. And with the flicker, WL with the heartstring as well. WL seals the first blood. Oh, was that worth it now?
I mean, if you think about it, right, it just might have been. Just because of the fact that you get... Oh, no, Bloom! Oh.
Nasty crowd control there. Arman with the knock up, and then the tick just brings K-Boom to the turret. But yeah.
Not looking good for their side this time. Bolivia, I think so far, I mean, we're expecting Galito to really win out this lane hard, right? At least once he reaches the level 4 point. But until then, Upatizi should be winning. But still, he is doing quite well. Hasn't used the flicker yet. WL getting aggressive, taking down Xian. Yes, Xian got the invade. Was it worth it? I mean, you can tell here, Gani, because we're into the turtle already. He's level 4 while Nico hasn't hit it yet.
Yeah, this is not good here. Nico finally gets 4. Will jump in with the beats, trying to find the connection. Retribution for Nico. That's gonna be the first turtle for the side of Bolivia, and it seems like now Sean is able to get out, but K-Boom will not survive. That's a kill for a turtle.
Was it worth it? Again, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Just when the Black Dragon had arrived, felt like Brazil just wanted to disperse, and they got the kill in return. Again, K-Boom is the only one that's fallen twice, but here on the top side, John Storm has the hard guard.
Ooh, great implosion there. That will be John Storm eliminated. Even with the hard guard, the Yu Zhong wasn't able to survive. In the bottom side, though, a possible gank. Sean already invested the quad shadow just to take the gold crab. In the top, it's action 3v1 rather. I thought it was a 2v1. But hey, in the bottom side again, it's Sean with the shadow kill, but that's going to be K-Boom securing it. Upatizi, not enough damage just yet here to be a threat. And that will be the jungler going down towards the second time.
I mean, okay, brass tacks, right? Let's take a look at what the stats are showing. 3 kills on the side of Brazil, goal lead on the side of Brazil, right? It's looking good for Brazil. But look where the kills are. Half the kills, or more than half the kills at this point, are in the hands of the roamer, Kozlo, which really isn't a good sight. And the 2 times that the kills that they have on the side of Bolivia, both have come from the jungler of Brazil, which is Xian. So he's not really doing a lot. And for a Hayabusa to die twice before 5 or 6 minutes into the game, that means you're really hindering his power spike. So you're not letting him get unlocked yet. So Brazil are kind of shooting themselves in the foot by trying to play aggressive, but they're countering their own lineup.
Good point. K-Boom, though, will be knocked up, brought back to the team here. Oh, Sean, very low. Still able to get out this time, but Nico looks for an opening. Great implosion! That's the King calling. King's calling, though. That's going to be Kozlo stuck and isolated, taken down! Oh, great connection towards Black. Hoopa with the shaman forwards here is able to juke the damage. That should be a turtle unless Sean has a say. Let's see. Red tree this time. It will be another steal, but this time Sean finds it. John Storm very low will be taken down. Whoopa finds the connection. It's so brawly here, third game. 5 minutes in, we're at a total of almost double-digit kills.
Yeah, we're almost at that 10 kill mark coming in from both teams. But here, Nico, hard guard.
Oh, but TC falling first. Not a good sign. Black very low. That's going to be the double.
Oh, double.
From Nico, almost claiming his triple kill. But man, Bolivia showing up strong here. Kozlo will be able to keep his distance for now. Top is just a 1v1, not even. So yeah, 5 minutes in, it's 11 kills. It's so brawly, this game.
Very. Feels like I'm watching a brawl. It's just that one mid lane is that river. That river has been a fighting warpath for both these teams. And so far, Bolivia winning on all fronts. Xion not able to get a single kill yet as a Hayabusa. I would be worried. It just feels like that game where, you know, Galito on the Granger wasn't able to get a single kill. This is where Xion is at right now as a Hayabusa. I play a Hayabusa as a lot as well, and I feel like this is really, again, to sound like a broken record, Brazil shooting themselves in the foot. It's not looking good for themselves. Black as well, 1-2-2 on the CC. Supposed to be a tank shredder. And I think this Mincetar in the goal lane has kind of thrown a wrench in their plans. It's got them a little flipped in their minds. And you can see Yuji trying to create some separation with the lantern as well. Just not working out. Yes, they're dominating the river. Yes, Kozlo is doing quite a lot in and around the map. But still not working out. But here, they might find something.
Hard guard. It's not enough. Sean finds the kill with the implosion. That's going to be WL also. Oh, my goodness. I thought WL goes down. But TZ doesn't land the skills there. Oh, but TZ, take a look at the map. He will find the kill. WL goes down. 2 members off the board with the turtle up. And that should be the last and final turtle of this game. Brazil should have the green light to take it freely.
Not just that, but here the Black Dragon has arrived.
Oh no, with box shell. Sean finds the connection with the shadow there to find the retribution. Shaman Force popped. Take a look at the damage in the back. Nico jumping and free hitting. That's going to be Upa going down alongside Sean. Take a look at the mobility that the Joy can give. 2 members deleted under the turret. K-Boom, you nasty boy, finds a kill as well. It will be traded, but the mid-tier 1 is very vulnerable. Great pull by Galilito to break the momentum from that implosion. But John Storm falls regardless.
Man, I wish we could get a replay of that fight that took by in the turtle pit. Because, yes, Nico's in the back line wreaking havoc. Yes, John Storm unleashed the dragon. But look at Galilito the entire time as well. He was an absolute menace. But here in the mid lane, the tier 1, you can see Kozlo, he had the implosion, tried to do something, but Galilito again pulled him back with that spear. Just being an absolute nuisance. Again, in that turtle pit, in that fight where everything broke loose, the Zaman Force was dropped down, the curtain call was already used, they had the hard guard on top of them. It was just Galilito who came in. He had the flicker, he had the King's Calling, he hit that flicker combo with it, and then all of a sudden, they can't move for the next split second. They were caught off guard, and that was enough time to go for Nico to go and clean up shop and John Storm to do what he does best. And of course, so far, Bolivia moving and looking like an absolute unit. Well, as Brazil, still not able to find the synergy that we would like to see. And yes, Kozlo doing a lot in and around the map. But then again, it's just not working out in their favor. 10 seconds to the Lord. They might just be looking for something in return.
Let's see. Kozlo has a flicker, though, so keep an eye out for that. Perhaps you might see like a flicker King's Calling and a flicker implosion kind of set here with both Galetito and Kozlo having their spells. Let's see, though, with this Lord, top is, it's pushing towards Brazil. No, it's pushing for Bolivia. So Bolivia technically can take their time with the conceal here just to take more space. Seems like they're dancing the Lord for... Oh, never mind. With the King's calling, Galetito finds the connection, pulling UG back as well. Now, Black pops the vengeance. Take a look at the back. Kozlo very low. Almost taken down. Will force to recall there. And that will be a sign. Hey, it's a 5v3 technically with the TIG and... No, it's not even 3-2 members only up in front. So that's going to be Bolivia taking the Lord.
Yeah, Bolivia again taking the Lord. Xi'an not having a good game. This Hayabusa, we saw it coming a mile away in the draft as well. That was the only possible jungler left open. And Bolivia didn't ban it out on the second phase for a reason. They know how to work around this Hayabusa. They know how to play against this lineup. But here right now, K-Boom gets a lot of damage on him.
Is this too ambitious here? That's going to be the knock-up. K-Boom quite low. Under the Shaman Force will be bursted down. Galetito pops the King's Calling. Kozlo is in that mix. Still able to survive for now. John Storm isolated. Furious Dive. Shadow Kill. Missed there, but that's going to be Sean. Taken down. That's Nico. Taking Black as well. That's going to be Lord. Taking the turret quite low here. Galetito will not be able to find the turret, but that's still a big win. That's a pull. Upa. Got to be careful. They will, though, defend their 3 inhibitors for now.
Man, I'm telling you, every time Galetito uses that spear, uses the King's Calling, I cannot help but laugh because I did not see that coming. Nobody saw that coming. I haven't seen that in the longest of times. And Brazil are just scratching their heads like, okay, how do we play against a Mincetar? Because usually you have your damage calculations. You have your, scrims. You know what the meta works. You know how to play around it. Yes, in a fun-filled rank game, you might just pick up the Mincetar, but here in a professional match in the Iesf stage that you're playing for the qualifiers in the Latin American region, all of a sudden you're looking at a Mincetar and you're just scratching your head like, okay, we did not prepare for this. Nobody saw this coming. And it's not just any Mincetar. He's going all out damage. He's got the Trinity along with a Malefic Roar. Yeah, whoever's in front of him, you're going to get melted. Not just melted, but you're going to get stunned down with that King's Shield. And then all of a sudden, you don't know what to do. And that has been the problem for Xi'an as well as Upatizi. In these team fights, they really need to have eyes at the back of their heads. Because Kozlo, yes, he's doing and creating a lot of space, peeling for the rest of the team. But so is K-Boom on the other side. So they're matching peel for peel. But then the CC and the unpredictability of this King's Calling with a flicker, not to mention the Spear of Glory just coming out of nowhere with a flicker, again, just taking them off guard. And it's not like a Franco Spear hook as well, right? It's not like a hook that you can, just stand in front of or stand behind a minion. This goes through. It will catch a hero.
Oh, the call is to go all in on towards K-Boom. I'm not sure if this is the right call. Take a look at the back. Nico dealing a lot of damage there on towards Sean, and he will be bursted down. King's Calling, locking 2 members down. Upa goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, with just the TIG remaining, this is not looking good, and will be a wipeout for Bolivia.
Yeah, and look at WL going into the base, spamming those recalls. You underestimated us, Brazil, but we come out with a dub indeed. You took 1 game away, but that was just the backdoor. It was something we shrug off. Bolivia able to get that victory, 2-1. And oh my God, in a dominating fashion nonetheless. It wasn't just any game, was it, Albert? It wasn't like they got themselves there by luck. It was pure skill, this one, especially when they know they were able to play as aggressive as possible, and the game plan was what they planned out already. They had the script written. They were acting it out. They knew what the finish was. They just had to make sure that it was going down in the right order, and yes, it did indeed. Brazil got the kills in the early game, but then again, not in the right hands. So it was all still working out for Bolivia, as I mentioned before. And then fight after fight, just nobody could stop Nico, man. He was all over the place, a little too overwhelming. Sensory overload for Brazil. And then all of a sudden, Bolivia, they let it slip for a split second, but again, it just had to bounce back just when Galatito started using that King's Call, and that's the flicker King's Call that I was talking about in that turtle pit where it could have gone south for Bolivia. He comes in, and that pocket pick kind of saves the day.
Man, you know, I mentioned that I dislike the joy pick. Boy, Nico proved me wrong. Arman. And yeah, the mobility so fast in Galatito. What I think the Mincetar pick was just brilliant. You know, the drafts was just great, but the execution was perfect and well-deserved win from Bolivia.
Man, it's not just absolutely great, right? Entertaining. This is what we like to see. A good game of Mlbb, right? Again, that flicker King's Calling catching two off guard. That was a final fight. It was a flicker King's Calling, and then all of a sudden, two of them just rocked there in their place. And nonetheless, the two tank shredders supposed to be the damage dealers, Black and Upatizi. After that, they just couldn't do anything. It was so dominating. It felt like Bolivia were dictating the pace of the game entirely. And then I think, we didn't like the joy pick just because of the fact that it was a second pick, right? After Boxy was picked up. True. Reveal your cards a little too early. But if you know what you're going to do and you know how you're going to dismantle the opponent, it's like fixing a car. You know which parts go where. And that's what Bolivia did. And not just that, it felt like they were in a library, picked up the right book, and just read Brazil. Just like that.
Man, what a dominant showing from Bolivia. It was a great match, ladies and gentlemen. But Bolivia, what a run. Arman, yesterday they got it up to the 1, and now they were able to bring that momentum, same mindset with variety, and they got the dub again in 2-1 fashion. Respect Bolivia, man. I don't think we can call them underdogs now. I think they are a contender in the American region. Wow.
Not just any contender. They've taken out giants. They took down Argentina. Now taking out Brazil. Exactly. Yeah, they're going around the map. They're going one by one. Who's next on the chopping block? We're going to find out, of course. But the way Bolivia played, man, it's not just the fact that they won. It was in a dominating fashion and entertaining for us as casters as well. Because, I mean, when was the last time you casted a Mincetar game, Gani? That was absolutely entertaining, wasn't it?
Very entertaining. It's so refreshing, right? Not your usual, you know. I'm not saying that it's boring, but you would know that, okay, after this it's gonna be this. The gameplay should be a template. But with the Mincetar pick, it's just so refreshing with the King's Calling and the flicker. Man, that's the first series, by the way. We got another.
Yeah, that was the first series indeed. And for the next one, we got some more exciting action and maybe some pocket picks like this Mincetar. So we're going to be back after a short break, folks. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. It's been Albert, Gani, Serafin, along with Arman Chronostapa. Follow our socials and make sure you stay tuned because the next one is going to be a banger. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are again watching the World Esports Iesf American Qualifiers. You are on air with myself, Arman Kronos Tapa, and at the same time on the other side, Albert Gani Serafin. I mean, you know, we put our IGNs in the middle because that's how it officially goes. Then again, you know, our names are Arman Tapa and Albert Serafin. But then you can follow us on, you know, our socials at Albert Serafin right there, G_Kronos. You can call us whatever you want, because at the end of the day, we're just avid MLBB lovers. And as MLBB lovers, that first year was an absolute baller for one, wasn't it?
It was. Technically an upset, boys. Bolivia, they showed up strong again. They defeat Argentina yesterday. It seems like they have defeated the Brazilians today. So now let's shift our focus to our second match, which it will be Colombia taking on Suriname.
Yeah, and I think Suriname this time, I haven't seen really much of their matches, if you ask me. Neither have I. Colombia, were you able to catch any one of their games yesterday, Gani?
Yesterday I got to cast the Colombia game, and they lost. So they went today against Suriname after suffering a loss yesterday. So will they be able to bounce back? That's going to be the big question here for Colombia.
Yeah, I think bouncing back is going to be a super important one for them indeed. And maybe they can, maybe they won't be able to. I'm not really sure. Only time will tell, because at the end of the day, Suriname, again, I don't want to underestimate them, man. We kind of thought Bolivia wasn't one that could possibly make a comeback, but the way they played just shocked us all, and it's a region that's slept on for sure. So I think let's just go into this without any preconceived notions, I would say, and see what this team can bring in. Both these teams, rather, of course, you're looking at it is a BO3, ladies and gentlemen, Colombia versus Suriname. And I think those beautiful flags out there, and I think both these teams, the players from the respective countries, looking to make their countries proud and take themselves to the World Esports Iesf big stage.
Let's see what will both of the teams bring to the table. It will be Dalika Eto, Astro Replic, Abyss QT, and Zeno for Colombia. So same main five here, by the way, for Colombia. Same roster as yesterday.
No changes whatsoever. Nope. They like what they see, they like what they're working with, and they do not want to change that whatsoever. They're okay with it. Yes, the loss was there yesterday, but they're okay without changing it.
Sorry, my bad. They won yesterday. It was a 2-0 fashion. They were dominating. My memory does not serve it right. So yeah, so it was a win. It was a win. 2-0.
I mean, rightly so, because I was gonna say, why fix what's not broken for Colombia? So yes, with the winning team yesterday, they did come out on top, so they're sticking with their guns. But on the other side, Suriname, you can take a look and see Tello, Rambat, Goliath, Nightfall, Insanity, and Millie to take the stage for the team of Suriname. And I think same thing coming in from their side. Why fix what's not broken as well? So these teams will be looking to put up a nice big fight, and I feel like it's going to be an exciting one indeed.
Let's hope so. After the Mincetar and Yuzong game, you know, it's kind of hard to match that sort of uniqueness, but hey, prove us wrong, you know. Again, let's say perhaps bring your identity. I feel like in that match, Bolivia was able to bring their identity to their game. So I think that speaks for, you know, Colombia and Suriname. Bring your identity. If you have that sort of variety, or perhaps if you're strong at that hero, just be confident, you know, play it. Perhaps it might come to a fruition.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, you know, you want to have something unexpected, right?
Yes.
I mean, when you say unexpected, not completely left field like a Mincetar, that was absolutely unexpected. But then that really worked out well in their favor for Bolivia. So I think Suriname versus Colombia, this is going to be an exciting one. Hopefully both these teams you know, I said it earlier as well, when you are of a similar level, right, in terms of getting into the games, if you're of a certain similar level, regardless of it being A tier, B tier, C tier, if you're both of the same tier, it definitely is going to be a much better match compared to one that is, you know, a little bit lopsided. But then again, it's going to be interesting because both these teams that are going to fight tooth and nail just for that victory.
You gotta show it, man. You gotta show it, you know. And it's sometimes it is gonna be tricky here. You know, the drafts needs to be set up right. The execution needs to, you know, just they need to be able to translate that draft to that execution. And let's see which team does that for this game. I'm excited to see the picks, you know, especially after seeing the Boxia Flex Joy, and then they double down with the Yuzong and the Mincetar. Maybe a little bit too high, but hey, Colombia, Suriname, especially after Colombia. By the way, Colombia displayed a great Mlbb yesterday with a 2-0. So my expectations for Colombia is quite high, sir.
I mean, you can see Mr. Albert's getting his memory back a little bit, tracking it back, knowing that they won the 2-0. Yes. And then I think with the way that they played, with the way you're saying it, I think high expectations indeed from Colombia. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch that game. But yes, with the way that things are going down, I feel like it's definitely going to be an exciting one for Colombian fans as well as fans from Suriname. I'm not really sure if, you know, I never really knew that people play Mlbb in Suriname, but hey, it's a global game, man. People can play wherever you are in the world. All you need is a mobile phone, and then just, you know, get the game and then play on.
Play on indeed. And again, right, Suriname, you mentioned it. I too am not too familiar with the compositions, with their play style, so it's a clean slate, you know. Suriname, you can surprise us, not maybe particularly just from the picks, you know, the play style, you know, be aggressive if you are that type of team. Be, you know, look for aggressive flanks, look for aggressive, and also maybe if you are more a little bit on the safer side, show that discipline mentality as well. You know, against a team that won yesterday, I think Suriname needs to be a little bit on the safer side, but then don't be too passive. Just be creative, man. Just be creative, Suriname. Be creative.
And I think both these teams, right, you just got one goal. I think we've seen it so far. The team that has aggression is the one that usually comes out on top. So hey, be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive. So that's the one. Hey, we're cheerleaders as well at the same time, making sure both these teams are hyped to take into the game. So of course the draft should be starting soon enough, but until then I feel like you got some predictions, Gani. What are you thinking? 2-0. Yeah. At least forget the BO3, the first game, however, without seeing the draft. High expectations
without seeing the draft, man. Again, because I haven't seen the Suriname game, I gotta side more towards the Colombia. Regardless they won or lost yesterday, again, because of that itself, Colombia has already, okay, you know, I've seen this type of play style, especially their display yesterday was perfect. You know, the only match that was streamed being 2-0. So, you know, it was clean, it was sharp, and they managed to stay disciplined. If they're able to find that rhythm, if they're able to find that jam in the series as well, I think Colombia can definitely close it out with a 2-0 fashion.
I think that's what we were looking for as well.
What about you?
A nice, clean, crisp game. With the way that you're saying it, Albert, I feel like definitely Colombia are the favorites here as well. So maybe into Colombia again. But then, I've said it before, right? We all love an underdog story. We all want to see the Cinderella run for every single player. They definitely have their ups and downs. They have their, you know, their moments. And I think given the moment for Suriname, they might just come out on top. So it's just something that I wish we can see in this game, especially knowing that it could go any way. You know,
Yes.
the unpredictability is not just for us, even for Colombian players. I feel like, you
Yes.
know, when they're going into the game, I'm not really sure if they've seen what Suriname can bring onto the table. Maybe they're going to stick with what they know. For all you know, in their region, you know, something else works that we haven't really seen quite a lot.
Perhaps, right? I mean, technically, the first matchup, the stronger team on paper lost. So, you know, maybe it's a quote unquote upset day for the stronger teams. But let's say Colombia and Suriname will go at it very, very soon, as we are about to start the drafts here, folks. Stay with us, you know, because the first game will start very, very soon for Colombia and Suriname.
Yeah. And I think Colombia and Suriname, both these teams, going to be playing on the front foot as well. I think in terms of the patch, the changes, hopefully they've had enough time to adapt to it as well. Well, in terms of the draft, right, Gani, we've seen quite a lot happen in the Land of Dawn so far. We've seen a lot of changes come through. We've seen a lot of heroes being played in different ways. But still, I think apart from the fact that the roamer is trying to play aggressive, trying to get that level 2 power spike with the EXP and the gold, with the vision capabilities that they have right now, the slight changes. Apart from that, with the ups and downs of the buffs and nerfs, really haven't seen much change in the Land of Dawn, have we?
No. I think it's still the same game, right? Even after the revamp. Sure, the maps are there's more variety, definitely. You know, shake things up a bit with the bushes, with the broken walls as well. But still, Mlbb, the basic fundamentals are definitely still the same game. So yeah, basic MOBA. All right. If opponent shows top, it means it's -1 opponent. So if you are looking to fight Lord, say if you want to gank, hey, you know what? Yeah, we can definitely win this because we are a man up. Let's say that's a scenario. So it's just basics, you know. And sometimes, you know, sometimes even on my ranked games, you know, sometimes we forget that basic fundamentals, Mr. Armand Papa. So it's good to take a step back sometimes. So, hey, yeah, you know what? It's fundamentals that might win you games, or surely win you games.
True. I think you gotta lock down your fundamentals. You gotta get the basics down as well. But you know what? I'm glad you brought up those broken walls and extra bushes. You know, in your ranked games, what do you like? The broken walls of the bushes or the cloud?
Honestly, you know, I gotta say, I really like the bushes, man. Because I'm a roamer, I'm also the type of the playmaker, you know, the Kufras. I play a lot of Minotaurs this current patch, and with the bushes, it allows me just to control more bushes and allows me to cover more ground, perhaps provide vision. But yeah, least favorite though, I gotta go for the cloud, man. I don't think it's relevant enough for me to be a game changer. Sure, it's cool. It can get you to lane faster, but hey, that's all. What about you, Mr. Herman? What do you most like and then least like?
It's the cloud, man. You're just flying all the time. Whee!
So you like the cloud? You gotta okay.
I mean, yes and no. I like the cloud just for the fact that, you know, when you're defending, you're basically just fly untargeted, and then you can just go and then give a 4-man set, 5-man set, especially as roamers like we are, you know. But it's all fun. It's really nice. It's like, what is this feature? Though, right? I never thought you could do this in Mlbb, just flying around in the Land of God. It's absolutely crazy, being untargeted at all. But then at the end of the day, it's you know, this broken walls. it kind of provides that extra bit of openness, right? A lot of invasive
Yes.
capabilities coming in from the roam position, coming in from the EXP. Sometimes I would say just lock in yourself jungle Hylos, go with the roam Beleric and EXP Khalid. Now you're just unstoppable. Just make sure your gold lane is a super late game carry, because everyone's gonna have their attention in the opposition jungle, because you got 3 beefy boys just trying to make it into the jungle as well, right? Imagine that with like a Selena in the mid lane. Yeah, that's over. You don't even need to go and get your level 2s. So that's absolutely nasty, I feel like, the broken walls. But then if you talk about these bushes, right, these extra bushes, you're right. Playing a Kufra, playing the Natalias, playing the Hellkurts, playing a Cho, you know, these definitely open up possibilities to try and pounce upon the opponent given the right opportunity. Sometimes you don't even need to get the right opportunity. You just got to take the opportunity and make it right, because that's what, you know, that's what we expect as players of and lovers of this game as well. So these extra bushes definitely add an extra bit of flavor. So now, are they going to be implemented into, you know, the tournament lobbies to see if it's going to work out? I mean, so far, I'm not sure. Has it really been in there, Albert? I don't think it's like the changes have been made, have they?
I don't think so. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Not yet.
You're right. Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting later on for them, because then they're going to experience the changes and whatnot. And man, Mr. Arman, I want to bring out the claw topic, right? You mentioned, yeah, you can get a 5-man set. The thing is, Mr. Arman, my team rarely defends. So that's the thing. That's the thing.
This guy flexing, man.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, we yeah, of course we still lose. But yeah, I was just about to flex. Yeah, my team never defends though. We are always on the offense. But the thing is, if we're talking about the current patch, I think this allows, right? If you have the snowball from early, I think it's just GG. That's the thing with this current patch here. It's so hard for the opposing team to turn the game around unless you blunder. Your team blunders, and that's the point, right? If you get the early, you disagree? Are you disagreeing?
I mean, I don't disagree exactly what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but then again, you're talking about a 5-man, right? You got it easy. You got to be like me, the solo queue player. So this is where you love the cloud, don't you? When you're by yourself. When your backs are against the wall, you see that cloud, and then you see that one shot, that one opportunity to seize everything the team's ever wanted. I captured it. My team let it split because they were busy taking out minions on the other side.
Oh my god. But yeah, okay. If you're a solo queue player, you know, I don't know. How do you even survive, man? Wow, respect.
Them dad jokes. The dad jokes, man. Gotta keep us alive. Otherwise, we're just gonna be melted down with all that pressure that comes in through with the way that you're like, oh my god, please do something. Have you seen those memes where, like, you know, the Franco uses a hook and then Bloody Hunt on the right target while the Layla is just, you know, basic attacking the Lethal Wanderer the entire time? Have you seen that meme?
Come again? The meme where the Lethal Wanderer come again?
So like Franco hooks, right? And then he gets the Bloody Hunt on the jungler or whoever it is in the opposition, and he's with the Layla, and Layla is basic attacking the Lethal Wanderer and using the ult on the Lethal Wanderer as well. You've seen that one? That's a pretty famous one.
Yeah. Okay. No, okay. Yeah.
Story of my life.
I mean, you're a roamer, I'm a roamer. It happens, man. Even on a 5-stack, you know, it doesn't just happen on solo queue. So I can only imagine the things happening like when you're solo queuing as a roam. Respect, man. Now, Mr. Rahman is a warrior. Mr. Rahman is definitely a warrior.
Nah, man, they got me going crazy. I'll be pulling out my hair. I'm one step close to the psych ward with the way that I've been playing with the solo queue teammates and the opposition.
Oh
Sometimes though, you know what the best thing is? You get those get those chats in the all chat in the game, right? Where the opposition's like, you got such a great tank, and like W tank in the opposition, but then you just type in like, but my team though. my team though. What do I do with my team though? I can't really do anything now, can I? It's like we're riding a boat, right? It's like we're riding a boat. I'm moving forward and these guys are moving back. So I'm just like, why? I got two here pushing forward the entire time, trying to go in, trying to go fast, and these guys are rowing the opposite direction. I'm just like, why? Why would you guys do that?
Why are you guys making my friend here, Arman, life's hard, man? Why? You gotta, yeah. But man, oh man, Arman Kronos Tapa is a good guy, guys. Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, just to think you're a solo queue. This is news for me, by the way, because I did not know this. But yeah, you're a solo queue player. This is something special.
That's why I go
this
local.
Is something special, guys. This is something special.
That's why there's only noodles in my head, man. I'm telling you, it's all, I've been cooked. It's melted. The way that these guys have been playing, I've been playing with my feelings the entire time. They've been playing and putting us through this torture, you know, of going through all of that every single time when you log into a game. So that's why sometimes I don't even play the game. I'm just kidding. Who doesn't play Mlbb? You love it, right? You need to get those skins. And speaking of skins, you got that new Onyx Joy skin that's there in the game as well. Absolutely insane. Have I used it? Yes, I think I have used that. But I haven't used the Beatrix skin though. The one from Kelra, right?
The
have you
FMVP
got a
skin.
chance to use it? Yeah. Did you get a chance to use it?
The thing is, you know, I like quote unquote collecting the skins, but I'm not sure I'm gonna use it because I'm a dedicated roamer. I'm a dedicated roamer. No, I'm not world collector, unfortunately.
Okay.
Almost, maybe, but I'm a dedicated roamer, guys. Mr. Arman here is a flex, though. You know, he's a flex.
I play it all.
Yeah, you play it all. So sometimes I like the skins. You know, I like the graphics, but I can't get. I don't use it. You know, I don't use it. I just like to. Okay, I like the skin. I appreciate it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use my diamonds for that skin. In my case, FMVP though, looking cool.
Yeah, I mean, but I didn't know you just like to play roam though. I mean, it's nice. It's nice, right? Dedicated roamer. Every now and then, I think in a classic, you probably pull out the occasional jungler, maybe the Ling, maybe the Fanny. Yes or no?
Nada, man, nada. I'm too old. You know my age. You know I'm too old for the Fannies, man. I'm too old for the Fannies, for the Lings. Hayabusa, maybe.
We still young.
Maybe.
We still young, dog. We still young. We still got that dog in us. We got that energy in us the entire time because we're trying to bring in what we call in the Mlbb world the analysis, the play-by-play, the color, to make sure to get you entertained while you're having the popcorn and watching the games of Mlbb, because of course we got Colombia that's going up against Suriname for the next one. We're just waiting to see if we're ready to rock and roll. But then again, at the same time, folks, feels like we need to give something into these players. But I think feels like
breaking news. Drum roll,
what's going on?
Hey,
what's going on?
Guys, in case you missed it, not in case you missed it, this just happened. Breaking news. Unfortunately, it's good news for Colombia. But Suriname, unfortunately, they forfeited the match here. So it's an auto win for Colombia. But guys, hold on. Don't worry. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break because we are still going to cast a match. Do you know what that is, Mr. Arman? You know what that is.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God. No way. After that forfeit, we're going to see another cracker. You can call this a derby, ladies and gentlemen. Dominican Republic versus Panama. That's the one that we're going to be bringing to you after a short break.
What's up, guys? After a thrilling first match, we got a winner in Brazil upset against Bolivia. Wow, Bolivia got the dub earlier. And unfortunately, guys, for our official second match, we didn't get to see it. Suriname forfeited, so it's an auto win for Colombia. But boy, it's back. It's gonna be me and Armand here for Dominican Republic and Panama. Let's enjoy and witness who will take it in the best of three.
I agree, and I think the rosters already line up for Dominican Republic. Of course, you got Juno, Instinct, Ricky, Shadow, as well as Diamond in this for representing their country. And I think it's going to be absolutely impeccable for both these teams to try and represent their country. And I know they're definitely feeling jitters. But then again, it just comes down to how it goes into the game, how they're able to dismantle the draft, not just of themselves, but also the opposition, and see how they can make things work. Because on the other side for Panama, however you want to pronounce it, I mean, we're comfortable saying Panama. But of course, it's Kev's Renegade. Hi, I'm Derek. Hi, Derek. I'm Armand. And he is Albert. That's Carl X, and that's Bad Person SB. He's definitely a bad person, all right. I'm liking these IGNs.
I like it, but hopefully he's a bad person just in the land of dawn. But man, yeah, shout out Joseph Monroy there and Derek Arias for the unique names. I like it, Hi, I'm Derek. Very simple, very, very unique, and very catchy. But man, again, Panama and Dominican Republic, I got to see the action from Dominican Republic yesterday. They weren't able to find a win against Colombia. So now I'm wondering, right? Will they be able to adjust properly going up against Panama? Let's see, right? Drafts, here we go. Blue side is going to be Dominican Republic, and it will be off the board, even though Dominican Republic, they have the first pick. Now, Panama, what are they going for? Yisun Shin, Lancelot is still on the board. Arlet, Phobius, still a lot of prio heroes, definitely. And of course, let's not forget the Wan is definitely still an option for Dominican Republic.
The Wan is definitely an option indeed. And I think those three heroes got to be banned out here. First goes the Lancelot, next goes the Yisun Shin, third goes the Wan. I think that's going to be the order. But at the same time, there's also the Angelus up for grabs, right? And we've seen the Phobius and what he can do. So again, it really comes down to Dominican Republic. What are they looking to take away? Is it going to be one of the three? Are they going to go stick with the East Chin? Maybe take it for themselves? It all comes out of the draft. And it's exciting to see what they're going to bring through. Because, hey, it's something that we've not really seen before, right? We're not really sure about these players. We don't really have a lot of info to go about, and neither do we have from these countries. But you can see the Matilda being banned out, so maybe they have some sort of a read into what Panama can bring in.
Right, it seems like they that hero is definitely on their radar, and it's quite specific. So let's see, will it be the winning ban for Dominican Republic for our first game here? Panama, last one. Again, Wan is open, Yisun Chin is open. If Panama is bold enough, they let go both. They definitely they might take the Yisun Chin. It seems like, yeah, they're saying, you know what, let's leave out both, let's ban out the Zushin. Let's see what Dominican Republic goes for that first pick. Will it be the Wan? Are they capable, or are they good with the Wan? Are they comfortable, or perhaps will they go for the Yisun Shin? Seems like they go neither. So the Wan and Yisun Shin is still on the board, with Angela picked up first.
Yep, the Wan, the Yisun Shin. I'm not going to be surprised if Panama pick up both, because yes, they take away the Angela. You take away one, we will take two. That is the idea that Panama should be having right now. And who better than those two, to be honest? Like, it's okay, reveal your cards, but my God, are they two aces up their sleeve? All right.
Definitely two strong prios here. But again, in 1-1, sometimes it takes a good pilot to be able to be influential with the 1-1. So let's see here. Panama taking their time here. It seems like they will go export first. Seems like they will go for the comfort pick first. I feel like this is a comfort pick. I still think it's oh, never mind. I was about to say Xborg EXP, but with the CC pick, it should be EXP Xborg. Very interesting approach from the side of Panama.
Fun is all that matters.
I'm gonna say the more picks that are coming through, I'm gonna go more lean back a little bit more. I think the 1-1 was a given. Is going to be coming up in the first phase anyway. I like the Xborg. I'm not gonna lie. The Xborg, I don't think it's gonna be EXP. I think this is Xborg in the jungle.
Yeah, with the CC, with the CC
EXP lane. Yeah.
Xborg jungle.
So I feel like this Xborg, after getting a slight bit of a buff that he received in the recent patch, he's definitely viable in the jungle back again. But you really might want to pick the Xborg later on and not so early now, because now if you're looking at what Dominican Republic are doing, they have themselves the Joy, they'd have themselves the 1-1, they have themselves the Angela. I'm not really sure if this is looking good for so-called Panama at this moment.
It's again just 3 heroes that is so mobile, right? Angela being hard guard, can rotate towards your teammate. Joy very fast. We saw what Nico did on the Joy earlier on as well. Very fast, very hard to catch. 1-1 has immune on his ult, so yeah, you're right. On her ult rather, very fast tempo here. It seems like speed is their theme here for the first game in Panama. With the Grok, it's somehow it can neutralize, it can equalize the mobility, but it needs precision. All right, so a great source of crowd control with the big AoE as well. So I like the response here actually from side of Panama.
Yeah, and I like the response. We both like the response with that Grok, but again, it's a lot of frontline, it's a lot of dive, Panama, but they're really relying on that tectonic charge hitting, right? If that's the crowd control that they're looking for, it needs to hit, it needs for it to work out. So I think this is something that they need to be looking out for in terms of how it's gonna go, because Dominican Republic already have one game up on their side, right? They've already won one game against Panama. This is game number 2. That will Panama take it to all 3 games? I'm not really sure, because the way that the draft is looking, man, Dominican Republic are tearing them apart.
Seems like so, right? Let's see if the execution compensates the draft so far. They do have at least some counterplays, right? With the last Insanity, it's AoE true damage as well. It's going to be good paired with the Grok. With you mentioned the tectonic charge, and let's see, Panama, they ban out the Yudzong last. Dominican Republic, are they tunnel vision on the mid lane ban here? I think it's a great approach as well. Just limiting another source of AoE. It's a Farsa, but no, they let go of the Farsa. They instead ban the Lunox here, who definitely can be a problem in mid towards the late. So what's the play here, Panama? You're on the hot seat. What do you need? You have enough crowd control. Yeah, you need burst. I think they need burst here. So what to cover that burst? I think the Farsa just fits the bill here, even though it's against a Joy, but against a 1-1 it's really good.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Farsa is really good, but then with the way that they've lined themselves up, I just can't see the fact that if they go for a Sicilian, it's off meta, right? But you have the sustain to go against the Joy. You definitely have the range against the 1-1. I'm just thinking, man, hey, they got pocket picks. They got some deep pockets. So they better pull out that Sicilian, because I think it's definitely going to work in their favor. However, they go for the Moskov in the goal lane, finding a way to pin down this Joy. Same thing, able to kind of scale alongside the 1-1 as well into the late game. So still be a threat. and with enough protection around the Moskov, definitely going to be a threat. As you can see, he has protection in terms of that Brock, the CC, as well as the X-Bar, so it's looking good. But then, just speaking of looking good, you can see the response coming in from Dominican Republic. They have themselves a Divine Judgment suppression over the way that it's working out, and along with the Esmeralda and the Angela, that is a scary lineup.
That is nasty, right? So I think their play is just to pick off one, either the front line, say the Grok overextends a bit, Divine Judgment will punish, and let's say with it's in the mid game, Joy enough items as well, definitely can burst the Grok down or be a threat. Let's see the last pick you mentioned, the uniqueness pick, and I think Dita is definitely one of them, but is it too greedy? They need burst, but I don't really like the mid clear here. Sure, you have the Grok, but later on, it's going to be tough for Panama to clear Lords and whatnot.
Yeah, I feel like the Kadita is quite greedy, right? They're trying to, bring in that surprise factor, whereas something like a Sicilian, I mean, I think, can you see it, right? You can see it, right? The Sicilian really fits. It's completely off meta.
It's good. Yeah.
I mean, it's not something that you'd expect. You need someone with the extended range. You have a lot of protection around you, and you just need someone who's going to be an absolute monster in the late game alongside the Moskov. So I feel like the Sicilian would have been good. It's a playmaker as well with the Sanguine Claws.
Yeah.
But then now you're really relying on just singular burst. It's just a 2-3-1, 3-2-1, 1-2-3 combo. So we need that petrify. You're going to be a surprise for the opposition, but then again, it all comes down to if you're going to be able to execute it. And speaking of execution, ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 2 between Dominican Republic and Panama. Who is going to come out on top? Is it going to be a 2-0 for the Dominican Republic, or will it go to a game number 3? Chronos here and Gani to bring you the action, and let's break it down.
Let's get it, boys. Let's get it, girls. And let's see the talents here. Okay, tenacity here for the Angela. Wants more sustainability. And yeah, you can see already that's a Master Assassin for hi, I'm Derek. And, wants to exploit the 1v1s, especially during the laning phase. And it does seem like here, Dominican Republic and Panama in the early game here, first minute, and nothing out of the ordinary movement wise, right? Just, providing info, giving out information on the whereabouts, and that's about it. Laning goes, seems like 1-1 will somehow play it passively here, letting the wave go and giving up the gold crab as well. So again, Dominican Republic, they are ahead in this series. They do not want to take risk in the early game.
They definitely do not want to take the risk whatsoever. They have a late game scaling lineup as well. They need that level 4, and once they hit that level 4 power spike like Dez just has, it's just gonna look like a one-sided story if those beats are able to hit and make everyone from Panama dance to his music.
See here, the first turtle is up, and with the wave in the mid already clear, it seems like it will be a fast rotation for the mid and Rome. Carl X is level 4. Both junglers, rather, being level 4. And seems like Dez is taking his time here to clear the Lord. Is this the right call?
I'm not really sure if it's going to be, but you can see right now Dez goes in with the electrifying beats, but there it is, the rough waves able to make sure that Dez is not able to get that clean retribution. So Carl able to pick it up for himself this time. So Panama find a slight bit of an advantage without giving away a single kill in return.
A very, very ideal start here for the side of Panama. That last pick, Kadita, plays a huge part on why they got the turtle and they got the lead here. Let's see, will they be able to maintain it, right? Level 4 for Kaja, though. So keep an eye on the Flicker Divine Judgment here. Top lane is definitely coming right up very soon. And Renegade has 4, so Tectonic Charge is already in play as well. You might see both roamers here going for a play here quite soon. The bottom side, though, CC and Esmeralda. If we take a look at the EXP, actually Bad Person is slightly ahead, level 6. So yeah, a slight advantage definitely CC against Esmeralda in the laning phase. And yeah, still killless and deathless here in the first game. First blood should come up soon though.
Yeah, definitely. First blood should be coming up soon. So almost 4 minutes in, you can see that the hard guard from June just being hovered upon, ready for use at any given point. But again, on the bot side of the EXP lane, we saw the interactions that came through, right? Instinct, somehow, some way able to win out against Bad Person. Bad Person just, I don't know, he's trying to be too nice here.
Yeah, now he's level 7. So that's a great recovery there. Again, just both roamers and gold dinners are hovering, just looking for the farm here. Both teams rather playing it very, very carefully here. And no real engage. Perhaps here in the second turtle, we might see the first kill on the board. Let's see who will take it, right? The turtle and the kill. Will it be Dominican Republic or Panama? Carl X already on it. Let's see the levels here. It's going to be level 7 versus level 7 as well, so equal. Let's see the engage.
Yeah, I think right now Karlik's trying to get the turtle down to half HP. Falling Storm coming through as well. But you can see Dez is a little out of place. Missing out on the retribution, not there. But Renegade able to get first blood. And Carl able to take down Instinct. So Ricky and Instinct able to get taken down. But here Dez going for the rhythm. Trying to make sure that the Dominican Republic can hear it out loud. And the fans come to cheer, but you can see here Kev going in for the rough waves, along with a petrified combo. Along with that, the last Insanity being chucked out as well, but you can see the hard guard able to make the big difference as Kev's gets taken down thanks to Diamond, and now Diamond should be able to pick up the next kill as well. And that's a double in their pocket. Dominican Republic find the clapback. And now Derek says hi to Ricky indeed, as they're trying to create a separation. But there it is, the Divine Judgment coming through as well. The Swallow being there. Tectonic Charge to try and create the separation. But the crossbow of Tang has just been unlocked. Make that one. Give him the second already. There's no possible way for him to stop. But just like your rank games, ladies and gentlemen, this Angela is able to steal the kills from your marksman.
2 important kills were made earlier on by June, but unfortunately wasn't able to get the 4-0. 2 kills for June as well. But my goodness, what an execution top there. The opening was the Flicker Divine Judgment. Sets the tempo right. And yeah, Panama, who got the early 2 kills, by the way, now they're behind on gold. 2K, 6 minutes in. That seems like not a lot, but actually it's quite a lot, especially the 2 kills. It's for Diamond, who's on a 1-1. Keep your eyes, folks, for the last turtle, which will be up in 15 seconds. The structure in the bottom side is very vulnerable. That structure will definitely go down soon. It seems like top side is the action is.
That's where the action is indeed. But so far, Dominican Republic in the thick of it. Not everybody knows, but right now, you can see Dominican Republic skiing in at the moment. On Carl X, they burst away that Faraga armor, and Instinct already being a big pain to make sure Panama are not able to move. Divine Judgment from Ricky could come in at any point to try and unlock the crossbow of Tang. Diamond already has the hard guard on top of him. Jun just hovering around to steal those kills away. And finally, they get themselves a turtle, which is the third one in the game.
Wow, they got the turtle and they got the turret in the mid as well. An expensive structure to be let go. Ricky looking for an engage in bottom side.
Yeah, Derek saying hi once again, but this time he's taking a lot of damage. We can see the Tectonic Charge able to save him in place, but Instinct comes through with a Falling Star Moon, able to get that kill quite easily. Oh my goodness! He just pulled a Renegade back, and that is a Grok that just got melted instantly. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the power of a suppression tool known as the Divine Judgment.
Wow, again, the coordination from Dominican Republic is just perfect so far. Bottom, top side.
Oh no, bad person. You're not a bad person. You're just bad at this point. He gets taken down. Dez trying to make sure he gets something. But hey, guess who got the kill? It was Jun once again. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Ricky gets burst down by Kevs using the Rough Waves Petrify combo. And again, on the top side, you're trying to see another solo kill coming through, and you just might find it again. It's going to be a steal.
Oh.
No, it's not. Des is able to get this one. But you can see Carl X make sure he pays the price. But meanwhile, on the bot side, Crossbow of Tang unlocked, giving him a killing spree. Diamond able to get a diamond of his own. And now 3K ahead are Dominican Republic.
It is a comfortable lead. 3K, and you again with the structure just falling for Panama. It's not a good sign here. You know, you lost your tier 2 bot side. You lost all of your tier 1. Yeah, Republic will definitely cover more grounds. Can definitely spread their wings more. And with Diamond just being unstoppable, you're still deathless. Yeah. Oh, at this point, Panama, they can't really catch the 1-1 unless Diamond overextends. So let's say they want the purple buff.
Yeah, feels like they do want it. They're quite hungry for it, but at the same time, I think Renegade doing well to protect. Oh, I'm not really sure if this is the right call to go for a concealed play because he gets pulled back with a Divine Judgment. And now no Tectonic Charge as well. The Lord is already going to be there for free. That was a call that Renegade made to go on his own. Not really sure if that was the wisest. But then again, Dominican Republic just got what they came for.
The damage profile now, it's looking very scary for the Dominican Republic side. With 1-1 again, just farming more and more gold with the Lord here. 10 minutes in. Panama, they are going to try hard to defend here, especially if the Dominican Republic does not make a mistake. Oh, great flicker. That's the combination. Kevs, no Petrify. So another resource for defense gone.
Oh, Ricky here gets caught up in the Tectonic Charge. You can see at the same time a nice Spear of Misery coming through to make sure Instinct is back. They're trying to get the tier 2 in the mid lane, but Ricky gets burst down. Diamond able to get that. The Lord on the bot side trying to crash in onto the inhibitor. It's looking good for Panama after they take away one crucial member. The primary initiator coming in from Dominican Republic already gets burst down. Meanwhile, Panama seems like they buy themselves some time to breathe.
Slowly but surely, Dominican Republic, you're playing it slowly because they know that, okay, we got the lead, we got the advantage, so we don't have to really force unnecessary fights. And again, with the purple buff here, okay, Carl X actually got the retribution on point for that purple. So yeah, at least now, more EXP, right? If you take a look at Des though, he's level 14. Carl X needs some farming to do to catch up. And 75 seconds on the next Lord. Still have time to do so, but again, with the space that the Dominican Republic has, it's not looking good. Bottom side though, 4 members already committed.
Oh, Des has the rhythm, got the beats unlocked, has the Angela as well on top of him. This time will he be able to get the kill? Derek saying hi once again. He gets pulled back, but you can see Instinct trying to sandwich them in place. Divine Judgment comes through. Kevs with the Rough Waves combo shuts down the wrong target indeed. And you can see finally they trade 1 for 2, and this is what Dominican Republic were looking for Panama to bite the bait, and yes, they did, and they paid a heavy price indeed.
Dominican Republic showing strong here again. Diamond is at a 4-0 run, and nothing technically can stop this guy. Let's see, they want to siege the mid. Seems like they will be able to defend for now though, so it is all a-okay. But the bottom side is looking quite juicy, but it seems like the call is Dominican Republic. No, let's not force it. 10 seconds on the clock for that Lord. Let's just shift our focus towards that side of the map.
Yeah, I think the Lord definitely will be putting in a lot of work on the top side. That's going to be the center of attention. They're trying to make sure to get a push on the long lane. That is what Diamond is trying to do, or at least rather was. Realizes got to be there in the Lord pit to try and make a difference. Meanwhile, Jun on the bot side looking to get a clear. Oh, wait, this could be an interaction. Derek going to go and say hi to Diamond. Feels like Diamond just might spot him out.
Might be a 1v1 here. That's a standoff between Derek and Diamond.
Hi.
With Diamond not showing on the map for like a good 2 minutes, Panama, they are just wondering where the heck is the 1-1.
Here.
And
Let's see.
seems like they're taking the Lord dance very, very slow here. Because they don't know where the 1-1 is.
Derek is gonna go say hi. He's gonna go introduce himself. Is he going to do that? Yeah, oh, he's still sticking to that bush though. I'm looking at the map more than the screen at this point, but you can see Instinct here trying to make a big difference. They're trying to bait out the Lord. No, he doesn't. He has to put a pressure in the mid lane. So Derek's trying to get the clear out. Meanwhile, Lord Pit Dez trying to go in and lock the beast, but you can see at the same time, Divine Judgment already used. That's an expensive resource, so it's not looking good for Dominican Republic. They don't have any ways to engage. Instinct has to flicker out as well, but here's the bad person going through with the curtain call. Yo-Yo Blitz being used up at the same time. And now they've found themselves some breathing room. Panama will now focus their attention on the Lord, but here comes Diamond, and you can see they're trying to get that crossbow of Tang unlocked. He even has the hard guard on top of him, 10,000 HP. Are they going to be able to steal the Lord? Retribution comes through. Dez is able to get that in his hands, but Diamond gets shut down by Cavs indeed. And now with a Rough Waves combo, Dez in the back line trying to shut the damage, but gets taken out. Instinct comes through with the Falling Star Moon, but they pay the price of 2 for the Lord. Was it worth it, Gani? Was it worth it?
I think it's, technically it's worth it, but then the Lord is just a freebie, right? Panama will be able to clear the Lord before Dominican Republic might create issues for them. Look at Dez, right? The timer is 4:15. Diamond is also up in 10, and take a look at the Lord. It will be shredded down with the Moskov in play. So is it really worth it? I think it's just even Stevens for both of the teams. No structure loss for Panama. There's a annoying wave, a big one, but they will be able to stabilize at least because they took down 2 important members from Dominican Republic. Derek.
Oh, Derek trying to say hi. You can see, nice SOD to connect, but they get the target. That's going to be the Renegade, but they unlock the crossbow of Tang, so it goes through as well. But Dez able to get that kill, and now Instinct with the Falling Star Moon slowing down bad person. He might just get burst down. Vengeance can't save him. Diamond able to get that kill. They gave away 2 for the Lord, but they just took that back, snatched the rug under their feet, and now Panama, where they are and where they were before, back to defending their base, and they might have the siege into the mid lane. Ricky still has the Divine Judgment. I'm not sure if they're going to commit, though.
They will commit the bottom side, though. Let's see the engage.
Yeah, I think they have the flicker. Oh, they don't want to.
They're taking it slow here, Dominican Republic. They do not want to take any risk because, I thought they would pull the trigger, being a 2-man up earlier. And you mentioned it, right? Ricky has the Flicker Divine Judgment in play as well. So they definitely have the tools, but it seems like, they want a safer call. Maybe it should be wiser here. Let's see purple buff take. Okay. Carl X will not take it. Diamond got the purple.
Lower cooldowns on that crossbow of Tangs once it's used. We know what that means. That's just meaning disaster. But here, speaking of disaster, to get a Divine Judgment through as well, unlocking the crossbow of Tang. Diamond goes forward, has the Inspire, and finally able to get that kill. But what a tectonic charge, getting 3-man knockup, and the curtain call, making sure they get 2 in place. But here comes Dez, unlocking the beats as well. Carl able to stand tall still. That is one tanky X-Borg. But here with the Lord being up in about 5 seconds, 1 person down with the numbers advantage, Dominican Republic should be able to get this Lord easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Taking 1 was more than enough, seems like, without that person. Yeah, the Lord will be free. Now, it seems like the call is to fight.
Double conceal coming through from both sides. Carlex taking out super low. Diamond with the crossbow of Tang unlocked as well. Just the damage out. Burst out the frog armor as well as the immortality takes down Kevs and out of the back line. Says hi to Derek and takes him down, but Des cleans up shop as well. That's 2 doubles in their favor. The only one left standing is Bad Person. And at this point, he's just being a bad person for his entire team because now Des wants to go in for more. He has the Heart Guard on top of him as well with the winner crown. They're looking for outplays. They're looking to style, and that's what they're doing against Panama. And they inhibit their turret as well, take it down while the Immobilize comes through. They find the Divine Judgment onto Bad Person, and finally Dominican Republic call it a 2-0 clean sweep as they're able to take this match and make it theirs.
What a way to end the series. Dominican Republic styling on their final push, and nothing that Bad Person could do there. Unfortunately, Panama will have to suffer a loss here, a clean one as well. And let's check the highlights. First 4 minutes, that was the second turtle. Panama actually was able to find a good trades, but after this play right here, the 2 kills the Diamond earlier got, and then they added 2 kills top. That's just GG. The winning condition definitely is for Dominican Republic. Now, also an important note, the Holy Crystal. Dez got it, and after that, Dez was able to wreak havoc, coming from all sort of angles to just be a threat. And this was the fight where I feel like, Dominican Republic was able to just, this is our game. This is it. They got June, but whatever. It's just an Angela. And the steal was also very clutch. Because after that, even though they lost 2, in this exchange, it's even Stevens. But, the tempo, the gold lead is still for Dominican Republic. And this exchange right here, the recovery, right? The recovery after losing 2 members earlier, it does not really matter for the side of Dominican Republic. And this was the final play. Bad Person, who went down for 40. After he responds, he looks at his teammate. All 4 members were eliminated. And he's like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, there's nothing much. With just a turret in the bottom side there, the main base was destroyed. Well done, Dominican Republic. 18 minutes though. Honestly, Arman, it felt like 12.
I'm telling you, man, this really felt like it was a shorter game just because of the fact that it felt like the game started picking up after 4 minutes, right? Until the 4th minute. It looked really slow. It looks really slow. But then after that, it was just a one-sided story. Dez able to pick up a couple of kills here and there. And then the snowball started to begin. And Diamond, he was the difference maker, right? He just did not care if he was low or not. Vengeance, no vengeance. Looking to take down Xborg with immortality or frog armor. No problem. I just need to make sure I unlock that crossbow of Tang. And the moment Renegade was low, boom. They just got to unlock that, inspire, and pew, 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 pew. You're just hitting it down, getting that kills. And they had no way to make that comeback possible. So Panama, unfortunate that they weren't able to come out on top, but they did show a lot of grit though.
Definitely. I like their confidence as well. If we take a look at the drafts as well, it wasn't Xborg first pick technically for their side. They are comfortable. It shows that, hey, we don't care. We don't care what the meta is. We just go for the comforts. CC Xborg, last pick, Kadita, gotta say, a little bit greedy, but sometimes fortunes comes with the bold. Fortune's the bold. Favors the bold.
Fortune favors the
bold. Favors the bold.
Yeah,
what am I even? Yeah, but
flavors.
Unfortunately,
Indomie.
But unfortunately, the win doesn't come through. Dominican Republic again. After suffering a loss yesterday, it seems like they found their groove today, especially in this match. With the connection, the 1-1 first pick wasn't picked. It wasn't Angela. But when they see the opportunity for the 1-1, they went in and they capitalized on the Angela 1-1 combination. It was a nasty combination, folks. It was a tough draft to defeat. They tried, they failed. Points for Dominican Republic, Arman.
I mean, hey, Dominican Republic, you know, the saying goes, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. That's what everybody does. But here, for Dominican Republic, life gave them lemons. And I don't know. They ended up making something that Panama just couldn't taste. At the end of the day, they came up with a victory.
Yeah.
Fortune does favor
You're
the
right.
bold indeed, and they were able to make it theirs. The opportunity presented itself, and they grabbed it with both hands, invited it with open arms, and they said they want that victory. And it was in a dominating fashion as well. Yes, they had a slight bit of a slow start in the early game, but then again, they weren't really that strong in until level 4, were they, right? They just had they had the mid to late game on their side, but the early game really was on the side of Panama, and Panama were hesitant, and they were hesitating, and that's where they strike.
Definitely a good result for the side of Dominican Republic. Man, after seeing 2 matches, right? Technically, we only got to cast the second game, but bangers. It is a different story though. 2-1 on our first series. It will end a 2-0. Unfortunately, by the way, in case you missed it, Suriname forfeited their match earlier on. But hey, Arman, it's always a pleasure to cast with you now. We
Pleasure's
get to
all
see
mine,
more
sir.
action. We get to see more action later on though for the qualifiers of American WE. That's World Esports, guys. Iesf continue later in about 10, 12 hours, but that will be all for today. Arman, Albert, Goni, and Kronos will be signing out soon. So, guys, stay safe wherever you are. We'll sign out. See you later.